is no ASMR. It's just ASS. That's all you get when you come this way without a single R, dude. Like, it's just nice try, A for effort, but like
that's what I thought
on the mass balls part. I just don't have it. I can't do it. I got no BB, no ASMR. I got nothing. I got 1, 2, 3. That's all I got. That's what I do.
Well, we'll leave it up.
Can you hear me on this one?
I can hear you on that one, yeah.
Switch to this one then.
All right, let's try this. All right,
We're gonna do a quick switch.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for us. That's what they all of it.
My close up, Mr. Yeager.
Now we've got to figure out how to get all of us in the picture.
We'll just have to.
The same ball as like the canister company, right?
Well,
like
and you know and you know like what the commentators call it, right? The ball arena. We call it the sack.
Get the hell out of here! No,
I swear to God, we call it the sack. I swear to God.
All right, I'm done.
That's it. Yeah. End the show, Johnny. Go raid somebody. We're good.
We call,
On aircraft last week.
I'm glad. I'm glad Coastal gave that lady his 2 inches worth. I mean, 2 cents worth. I'm sorry.
You got Marky bad. I love it. No, that lady, like, she wasn't even discreet about it. No, you can ask Johnny. She, like, literally leaned over John's shoulder and looked at my phone.
That was when the fight stopped. All I had to do was stop. Jeez. Takes too long to learn that these things don't take that long to learn.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Happy
But we're
Sunday.
here now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're here.
No fighting.
I'm back
Yeah, Coastal's here. Oh my
Somebody-
God.
from the great hot north. Like, it was so hot in Canada. It's be hot up there.
Well, it wasn't Canada enough. Like, you got to go a little, like Moncton and some of the closest cities. They're just like north United States, like northern Maine, northern upstate New York, like upper upstate. There we go, upper upstate New York. I think that's the upper peninsula of Michigan. Like
I think
Dakota.
you just need to stop before you get ahead of yourself.
There's one thing
getting
that we
above
do great
myself.
on this show: geography. We do great geography on.
I
the
tell you,
Disney
we do wicked, awesome, good geography like that.
No, we don't.
Yes. Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
We're dudes and maps.
What about the great Canadian province of Utah? I mean,
That's
True.
right.
Jason Bravo's from there. Proud, great province of Utah citizen.
That's absolutely correct. We have a friend that thinks he's from the United States of Massachusetts. One of our bowling buddies. So, like, you just never know where you hear something new, interesting, and you're like, I did not know that yesterday. It's amazing.
Wow. Proud of you
What?
guys for expanding your branches here on the show.
We're,
There's
we
only so
really
many
are
places.
we're the multi-tool of podcasts.
Yeah. Swiss Army knife. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Hunter, it's a wicked long story. A lot of alcohol involved, north of the border kind of stuff going on. It was
There was
long
stuff.
story. I think John was there. Were you there for that? When Peter said that?
Who said that?
We were outside of the casino in Moncton that year. We bowled Worlds up there. Peter said, "I'm from the United States of Massachusetts."
Was
and
that-
meant it.
Was that when he was an idiot and decided not to wear a jacket when there was like 5
Yes.
degrees outside?
Yes.
Yes, I do
Yes.
remember that one.
In metric ease, it was like -3, and we had a buddy of ours outside in a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt, and yeah, just the beer is way stronger up north. It's kind of the moral of the story. What I'm getting to, it's far more strong up there.
All right, ladies.
Anyway.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of Dudes and Belts Recharge here on a Sunday. Yes, there was a lot of technical difficulties going on Thursday, so we weren't able to cover charge, so we're doing it tonight, and then hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit of the rewind. But before we get into everything, of course, we got to introduce the fellas. And like he said already, returning from his long trip up north, he is your resident person up there on the East Coast of Maine.
Nice.
Yes, I know.
Nice.
I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm changing it up a little bit. Yep.
You screwed it up. Admit it.
Might have, because he hasn't been here in a week.
That's true too. That's true.
He is the one that lives way up there on the East Coast of Maine, the one and only a Crusader.
What is going on, everybody? It's great to be back. We got an awesome episode of Charge to go over. NRW was insane. The fallout is even more insane. I can't wait to get into it.
And on the right, he is your resident douchebag himself. He is the one and only referee, Marky Pins.
Wow, that's not going to get me to count any faster for you next time I ref a match for you. I'll tell you that much right now. But speaking of our referees in Rocky Mountain Pro, man, we saw some people trying to take some liberties with Ref Alex and Ref Eli during the show here. Like, this has got to be stopped. Ref Eli got knocked on his ass. We're going to get through a whole lot of what's going on right here very shortly.
And on the bottom, he is your resident encyclopedia of Rocky Mountain Pro and CMS journalist, I think. But as of right now, commentator for Rocky Mountain Pro. And it's about time you decided to tell us the new rules halfway through a goddamn match. The one and only Lucas Bradwell.
You know, I've got so much to do, so much on my plate. That my plate is full, you know, and so I try to get through. I try to carry Tony. I try to carry this show. I try to do so much, and there's only so much I can do. But hey, a reporter, as long as it's done before the end of the show, it still counts as news.
And I like,
right?
Not wrong.
And I like how when I was finishing your introduction, you quickly put on your fake credentials on your neck.
So not fake credentials. You need a Snickers like right now.
You're starting
Like
to sound
right
an
now.
awful lot like a guy that wears orange.
No,
You
I
kind of-
am
kind of
more
are.
extreme than the guy with orange. Let's be honest.
No, he's far more passive aggressive than you are, Johnny. You are
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
more.
Yeah, at least you
your
don't
face
gas. At least you
aggressive.
don't at least you don't gaslight. You just
Yeah.
I
you just
just
come out
say
and
it.
say it.
I just say it.
Yep.
It's my
Yep.
motto.
I respect that. Don't like it, but I respect it.
It's okay.
Right.
You don't have to like
Right.
it.
You're out of line. You're right, but you're out of line.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys don't have to like it. I get it. You're not you when you're hungry. But I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
I
That's why you
actually,
need a Snickers.
I actually had a nice steak. So I am not hungry.
Oh.
hmm Yes, the missus made a nice medium rare steak on the iron skillet.
Ooh, that sounds
Ooh,
delicious.
it's the only way to go on the
Good,
cast
good.
iron.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yep. Love the cast.
The hell out of the Burger King I had for dinner. Jeez. No, that sounds so much better. I'm stopping at your house later.
All right.
Bold of you to assume there's any left.
Now we
I'll
have
bring one.
4 more left, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I know a guy.
All right. Enough of all the yip yapping about our intros and how much we hate each other. Let's get right into episode 459, shall we?
You're true. And yes, sure.
Let's do it.
All right, let's start off with some Lockettes action here. We had Taylor York going up against your reigning Lockettes champion. Probably shouldn't be Lockettes champion after NRW, but she is. It's unfortunate. One and only Lola Yara. Anyone?
You want to take it, Coach? You want me-
Anyone?
Take it,
You go
Coastal.
right.
Let me grab this because the next one's a tag team match, and then you can go straight up with the tag team. So
Yeah,
no, it's
Coastal's out of sync because he's been gone for a week, so he's been kind of. But
That's the thing. Usually, I kind of like Coastal. Coastal usually kind of you're in the left window.
I am actually
you get the whole left side.
surprised. I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen Coastal so far tonight in the utmost of giddiest of moods about everything that happened at NRW. So,
Well, he's had that little, like, you know, caca-eating grin on his face like all night long so far. He's just keeping it in. I think that's why he didn't even know to pick up on the first match right here. I think he is having dreams that he doesn't want to wake up from.
Yeah,
You know,
I-
in that situation.
It's
I have
euphoria.
I have hopes.
Okay. All right. Well, let me get through the Luckets match, and then we'll see how he does.
wait.
When we talk about-
Wait. Why do you have hopes of being a dickhead again?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like, it was
way to
so
frame
good back then. It was so everything fell into place. It was great. It was structured. We all knew who the power was. Yeah,
All right, I
The one thing
digress.
you said that was true is we knew where the power was. That was the only thing that was true about that, because the Wake did run around and just kind of assume their own power anywhere they went.
They were dominant. Come on, most dominant faction
Right.
ever.
Can't argue it.
So was the Ming Dynasty. We don't want to bring that back either.
Shit.
Yeah, no.
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 I-
But
hey,
what's-
hey, are you trying to compare Damon Ace to Genghis Khan?
I mean, Genghis Khan was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and he whooped ass with that club. And Damon
Yeah.
Ace does whoop ass with Tori.
Yeah,
Yes.
he sure does.
So-
Ask Dylan Anderson.
oh,
Luckets Championship.
that segues right into the law office coming out with Lola. Preston still holding the Luckets title against the very game Taylor York. Looking good. Definite strength advantage here. But Lola does the smart thing, and I think there's some XP being gained here. We've seen her get more aggressive over the last few. Now she's got this title, and to me, it's either one of two things. She's thinking she has to do everything she can to hang on to it, or she could do anything she wants, and there'll always be backup to help her keep it. I'm more inclined to think it's option B, more often than not. But she starts off the match like she's her own savior, because she comes up and just the haymakers that she starts throwing as soon as the bell rings. Lola is just charging forward, going right after Taylor, keeps her in the corner, tons of like slugs and kicks, not anything pretty, but just a whole lot of like blunt force, like in your face right now that we've seen lately out of Lola since she's taken these aggressive kind of tendencies on. She's becoming more of like a slugger in the corner, which some it works for, some with Mo, like we saw, it doesn't work so good. But Taylor York kind of gets a beating in the beginning, but ends up getting the charge back, gains some speed, is looking like she's going to have herself her moment of energy, that second wind, if you will. Oh, but then they did it again. Preston and Ed, they did it again. They get up on the apron, and Ref Alice is distracted. Taylor is distracted, and then Lola comes up with the roll up of doom, especially with the 2 feet on the bottom rope to give her the leverage. Ref Alice does not see it. She is out of position to see the feet like that. This is Lola setting it up beautifully with Preston. This was like an angled thing that you would call a timeout in a billiard match and kind of worry about which angle you had to leave the cue ball. They knew exactly which angle to keep Ref Alice at so that they could sit there and make sure they get away with this one. Again, the law office does get the win here. Lola does get the win. Is still the Luckets champion. Taylor York, you got law office. What can I say? We said it the other night. This is becoming a trend. This is something that we've seen that they're trying to stop Coastal with some of the rule changes. We're going to get into some of it, but honestly, I got to give Lola a little bit of props here. Maybe you can elaborate on her physicality and her aggression is what's going to lead her forward, not counting what's behind her, but for herself, the aggression is where she needs to stay, in my opinion.
Yes, yeah, we said it for years, leading up to this current run, that sometimes she just didn't have that killer instinct. Well, she does now. She's much more physical. She takes more liberties, which, you have to when you're physical. If you have that mindset of, I will do anything to win, you're gonna do anything to win. And we saw her in the dog collar match at NRW. She's a lot more physical. As you said, Marky, the haymakers, she's throwing bombs. Like, she has figured out in her head how to go to that next level, which we were always telling her she should have. We just didn't want it like this. She's being motivated by a puppet master who still doesn't let her hold her title, if you notice. It's always in his hands. And I don't want to give Preston any like props here, but people are getting served law office paperwork and citations, and that's exactly what it is. When he hops up on there, it is just, you know what's going to happen. They have a playbook, they figure it out. The first instance when any trouble looks like it's going to happen, it's either cease and desist that come out as we saw, or it's Preston up on the apron, and everyone knows when the ref's not looking, do whatever you can. At least Preston didn't get physically involved in this match. He just distracted, and Lola, you're going to put your feet on the ropes, Lucas. You're a champion, but Lucas is the only way we see if Lola truly is a great champion is to keep Preston out of ringside.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know that she cares what you and I or anybody else thinks. I don't really think she cares. I think she believes that as long as she's got that title, that's all that matters. Look how long it took her to get the title. And what was the narrative? What was the narrative that we would talk about on this show? Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. And that she couldn't get the big one. She was never going to be in that discussion for greatest lockhead of all time until she won a title. Well, now that she's got that, you think she's going to let it go? But she doesn't care about fair play or any that doesn't matter anymore. Now the narrative is she's the champion, and as long as she holds that title, she don't care how she wins all of her matches, how she keeps on defending it. She's going to keep on doing whatever is necessary, whether that means the law office gets involved or she has to, put her foot on the rope. Whatever she has to do, that's what she's going to do. And she really doesn't care what you, I, or any of the Rocky Mountain Pro Rascals think. So this is going to continue until somebody comes up with a plan to combat it. Whether that plan is from, the upper management, D'Lo and Mercury Yaden coming up with more rules or something to solidify the rules that we already have in place, which they've been working on. I know, Maki, you've been asked to be kind of a part of that discussion. I've been asked to report the rules. We're gonna get to those two when those come down. We'll get them to you in the most timely manner possible. But for now, we this is just what the law office does. They always have a game plan. They're never going to go into a match with any of their members without a plan A, B, C, D, E. It goes right down the list. And Preston, he's the one that stirs he's the straw that stirs the drink. So
really is.
He's the paper.
And now
straw
that everybody but now that everybody has gold though, except Dylan Anderson, we talked about that, but there's got to be an inane level of confidence that he has about himself with what he feels he's achieved with cease and desist and Lola now, and the stroke that he has now in the law office as the leader, I think it just got magnified to the point where they're going to listen to anything he says now, because everything he said so far has pretty much come true. Except for very rare occasions like Marcio Santos. He talked about that. I don't think he promised him the title. He promised him a match. He still got it. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But as much as we hate him, he's finding ways to, like, granted, the most nefarious ways possible, to make his word come to reality.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
Did anybody figure out why Damon Ace was wearing a cease and desist shirt?
Because Damon likes to play mind games. And if he can make anybody uncomfortable, he will. Like, I don't know. I don't even think that was talked about. I don't think he talks to Preston. I think he just found that shirt and was like, oh, this will irritate the hell out of Johnny Casanova. I'm going to do this. Like, any little thing he can do to dig and get in there, he's going to. We call him violently intelligent for a reason. At this point, he might be a masochist genius. Like, he just knows the way to, and I'll get to it when we get to the Santos match. When you face Damon Ace, you don't come out the same. You come out a little darker than you came in. And when we talk about Marcio's match, I'll get to that. But he does things to you mentally and physically, but mentally too.
And also as well, when he come out with the cease and desist shirt, to go after Casanova, or to go after Casanova, the verdict's still out on that one because we see them together talking earlier in charge. You hide that. I saw that, Coastal. I saw that. That could have been a thing to mess with Dylan Anderson's head too. Are you kidding me? And Kevin Koa, they're beefing with the law office too. Anderson's in the law office. Here comes Damon Ace as the ultimate stirring spoon of the pot of drama that is Rocky Mountain Pro right now. All three of those guys in the ring had a vested interest if Damon Ace chooses an allegiance. And all three of them are now in his crosshairs should he choose an allegiance to one of them. Dylan Anderson's not going to take that he's not the singles guy anymore in the law office, right? And then you see the souls are going to have to fight even harder because now the law office just got 10 times stronger. And then you got Casanova kind of looking at him going, God damn it, he's wearing the damn C shirt. I have no shot. It's a massive, it's a nuclear mind job.
Well, let's talk about Marcio Santos and the law office a little bit because it was a confrontation before that match as well. Looks like they were playing some golf simulators or something like that, celebrating their victories. And one Marcio Santos, yeah, two of them. Dylan was very much stoic and just in his own little crazy world. But Marcio Santos showed up and confronted Preston as we were expecting. And almost kind of went south for a second there. Until there was the match, of course. But
Preston should have had his
going
brown
exactly
pants
what
on.
I voted for.
Yeah. Preston should have his brown pants on, not his orange pants. Because did you see his face when Marcio grabbed him? And I'm sorry, but nobody around there looked like they were going to really jump in. Like, it's kind of like, oh, okay, Preston, talk your way out of this one. And he somehow did. But I'm telling you, this is what we talked about a few months ago. He's writing checks that he has no equity to cash. He is robbing Peter to pay Paul. He's pulling favors here. He's trying to do this. He's, taking any means to an end to get what he wants. I don't know so much, and the law office should really think about this. And Dylan, I think Dylan's picking up on this in his own crazy little way. I don't know if Preston's about the law office as much as Preston is about Preston. And if he can find a way to keep all of his clients happy, he still gets paid. You gotta remember, guys, he always talks about 10% of everything. And we know that those that have the gold get the big checks. I don't know if he's more proud of his clients winning or that he's making money and he's in control. Because let's face it, at this point, he made a proclamation about 2 months ago that the law office was going to change the landscape of Rocky Mountain Pro. And they got the chisels out and they're doing it right now. But Marcio is very keen to this. He's not having the wool pulled over his eyes, Marky. He's not. He wants what he feels he's entitled to. And when a man that size feels entitled to something and he grabs you like that, you can have an entire golf bag. It's not going to protect you because you're going to end up taking one of those golf clubs upside the head. And I think Preston was just like, I'll do whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want. Just don't kill me. Yeah. So I think Preston is squeezing real hard right now, but his stuff's starting to fall through the fingers.
I think a little bit, yeah. I mean, to an extent, we have to go back and look at this whole thing with context, right? So, Preston said, I'll get you a match with Damon Ace. And he did. Okay. Now, regardless of what happened with that match with Damon Ace, Preston got him a match against Damon Ace for the championship.
Thank you, Ned Niederlander,
I think that's
subscribing
the
at
only
Tier
reason
1
why
for
we don't
19
see
months.
Marcio absolutely throw Preston through the simulator screen and take out the whole law office single-handedly. Because the last time that he did come back and he got what he wanted. And I think he realizes that Marcio's not stupid. He's there for himself. He also, those guys kind of recognize who's there for themselves too. And sometimes they say there's no honor amongst thieves, but I think sometimes a little bit of intimidation can beat some honor into a guy. And I think that's happening with Marcio. And I think right now that Preston is realizing he might have gone a little too far and he better stick his neck out again. He does say he got him another match where he can get out there and get it out and make another name and start over again. And he did later. And we're going to talk about that about poor Jack McCready, who's not here because he's probably still recuperating. But at this point, I think there's still something to be said about that this isn't a completely broken relationship yet, Lucas. I don't think anyway. I think Macio's still not dumb enough to throw it away because he does see how Preston gets what he wants, but he's also going to stay in his face, kind of like sweat on your nose in a hot day, letting you know that, hey, we're still here and this is still a thing. Do you agree, or do you think it's just give me what I want?
I think Marcio is trying to kind of play the game a little bit. I think that he is very intelligent, but he's a guy that's also runs on high emotions. So so there's a little balance of both. I think he wants Preston to know, hey, if once I feel that you are totally screwing me, it's gonna be your ass. But I will play this game as long as you're gonna play by my rules. I think Marcio's trying to set the rules. It's Preston's always the one that's playing to his own set of rules and trying to rewrite rules and do his own thing. I think Marcio now is trying to change that narrative and make it into his favor, but still use the law office to his advantage. So, so this is a little bit of a power struggle here between Preston, and Marcio. Preston, for the most part, has the rest of the law office, backing him up. But I would say Dylan Anderson could be one that, let's just say, Preston hasn't always done everything right by Dylan Anderson. At least maybe in Dylan's mind, because now it 2 times Dylan has lost his NRW championship, and a lot of it is due to the actions of Preston. They maybe weren't necessarily done on purpose, but definitely some of his moves, you could say, have cost Dylan Anderson his title. So Dylan, it might be in the back of his head, is not sure if he can trust Preston at this point. Who knows what that
if you take a look
psycho's
back
thinking
at
of.
Peak of the Pack, when he was facing Zamori for the title, Preston jumped into the ring and waved the white flag, a towel, and said, "No, he's done."
Well, in all fairness, Zamori was about to drop him 2 stories off of the upper deck. So, like, at that point, is he looking out for his interest
Or his wallet?
Protecting your investment, saving a human being from, like manslaughter? I mean, in that one,
it doesn't matter what we think, though.
No, it doesn't. And we all know that Dylan thinks very differently from the rest of us. Just watch him exist for 35 seconds, and you can tell that he's living on a different plane of existence than kind of the rest of us. No, I'm not really making sense. I was only like, I have to be, again, I got the ref shirt on, right? So I got to literally be 50-50 about this. Like that one at Peak of the Pack, I can understand why you threw in the towel. And we understand because he was literally hanging like 30, 40 feet in the air, and Zamore had him by his like straps. Okay, like had him by nothing. I can understand why you did that. I don't understand the need of cease and desist at ringside during the Bloodsport. I don't understand how that kind of situation could have any bearing on anything. Who do you think is going to run in against Damon Ace? Do you think anybody is that stupid? People have already tried to play that song on that same keyboard, and every single one of them left with some busted teeth. So, all you got to do is look to the past for a little bit of context, and that might have been a little bit of an overreach of what you thought had been. And now you're going to deal with a pissed off Santos for a while and a vibrating Dylan Anderson.
And here's the one thing. If somehow Preston is able to convince Dylan that it's Damon's fault, we may have found a mind that if Damon gets into might change him more than he already has been. Because who wants to go to that weird playground? Yeah. Imagine
now we're going back to David Drake.
Yeah.
Levels of psycho stuff that now we're going back to that. And we don't need to go back.
Let's not.
I don't want to go back to that. No.
And to
that comment
be fair,
somebody get Dylan Anderson a Snickers, please.
And to be fair, Common, if I pop in and everyone is jumping to conclusions, well, we really don't have a choice because you are literally in half of this episode. So, yes, we are unfortunately going to be talking about you quite a bit this episode.
And his other comment about JK Pop can't keep out of our business. Why were you out there? Why were you in Damon's business? Why were you in Marcio's business? If Marcio's your client, just come clean and say so. But it was awful weird that they were out there. And you want to talk about staying out of people's business.
Well, we're going to get to that because Charged might have very well just answered that question as to whether or not this is a business deal or this is actually a contractual agreement. We're going to get in very, very shortly.
Well, let's talk about
That question, I believe, is answered.
Well, let's talk about the next match, tag team match. Cole, so you can start this one off. Just vibing going up against the Tortured Souls of Jason Bravo and Big Steak Montvito.
Yeah, and the Tortured Souls didn't really have a whole great NRW there. They wound up in a river, and then they wound up in the ring, and then Yaden decided to play an acoustic solo setup against, Montvito's head, and they didn't win that one. And they come out tonight, and it's kind of, maybe they were a little lagging from NRW. Maybe they were looking past just vibing, but those boys took it to them, and they really took it to Bravo. I got to say this. Without Montvito, I don't know how successful Jason Bravo is, honestly, in a tag format. We know Koa, we're going to get to that. Vito, honestly, in my opinion, won this match almost by himself because Bravo got the crap kicked out of him by just vibing. Those boys are electric. They're everywhere. They're fast paced. They are like a bigger Team Reckless. They are just...
that's accurate. I like that.
Yeah, the aerials, they just didn't have an answer for Big Steak. Big Steak Vito. There is a moment in this match, guys, where he takes a clothesline and just bear screams in the face of the guy that's giving it to him. And I was like, oh God. If Vito gets his head on straight, and honestly, if he and Koa got away from Jason Bravo, I don't want to try and start shit, but if we got away from him, they might be very successful as a tag team in their own right. They're both pretty successful now. Vito with that massive Uranagi power slam just takes the life right out of just by gets the win. It is a big win for them because it puts them back as we got to win. We recovered from NRW. But Marky, I don't know how much longer they can follow Bravo when he's really not holding up his weight.
Well, it's just all the T-shirts that he's thinking about at this point in time. I think that's been his major problem. But no, I got to say, I think a lot of this in this match tonight about that, I think was just the idea of, I think either they weren't ready for just vibing because just Nick and Kenny Calypso, they come out acting like they're 10-year vets with each other. Lucas, I'm not sure if you can give us some info on them afterwards, but they seemed very cohesive. They had Bravo in the corner and they were working technicals, good tags, real fast, from some of the more experienced teams. I think that's where I thought they were going to win this match, being more, at least looking more experienced. But then you're right, Big Steak just kind of took over. And it was Kenny Calypso that absolutely got destroyed in the Tortured Souls corner for a very long time. We do finally see that hot tag and then everything goes crazy, but then it is Vito was the difference maker in this entire match, from swinging the momentum back to the Souls' favor halfway through to that big slam at the end that just gets the win after all the chaos that happened after the hot tag. I mean, we see the suicide dive out by Just Nick. I mean, I'm sorry, that was Kenny Calypso with the dive. Just Nick ended up getting the pin, but at the same point, they looked very good for a long time, but Vito showing a little bit of experience, keeping cool and moving forward and getting the win. This is kind of good for the Souls after getting kind of embarrassed at NRW, getting destroyed in the river and just kind of out in the woods. And I mean, they challenged the guys that live in the mountains to a mountain match. They kind of should have understood that, but at the same point in time, no, the vibing guys looking good, but Souls, I think this is good for them moving forward, if we can say something's good for the Souls, Lucas.
Yeah, it was a bad night at No Rules Wrestling for the Tortured Souls. Great night on Charged for the Tortured Souls. because we're going to talk about some more good stuff that happened for him later on. But
Yep.
I will say, Coastal, you say that they might be better off without Jason Bravo, and my only counter to that is he sometimes he's makes some mental mistakes in the ring.
He
But I
won't take
think
off his shirt.
what he's I yeah yes, that's a little weird for a professional wrestler. I get it. But Jason Bravo's always been a little weird. But I think that's part
Oh yeah.
of what makes
Oh yeah.
I think that's what makes him actually a good leader for this group of particular men. They're all a little bit off kilter, and I think that outside of the ring, I think he's good. He gets them prepared, and I think that especially for Vito, I think he's helped Vito immensely. Now Kevin Koa is another guy that you can make an argument that Kevin Koa is ready to skyrocket here in Rocky Mountain Pro, and he could be off on his own. I think the guy's that damn good, and I'll talk more about him later. But I think Bravo is good for the tortured souls. I know sometimes there's some weird stuff in the ring, and he just makes some mental errors. But I think overall he's the heart and soul of the tortured souls. No pun intended. But really quick, I want to touch quick on Just Vibin'. These guys,
Yeah.
I like them. I like their vibe. I think they've coming down from Houston, Texas. These guys actually have been training together for a long time. They've tagged down there in the Houston area and down in Texas, so they brought some experience. They've got some energy to them. Don't let their kind of their chill vibes fool you. These guys, when it's time to go, they go in the ring, and it's I think if they get a little bit more time and experience here at Rocky Mountain Pro, I think they could be something special. I saw some things that I liked over this course of the time that I've been able to call their matches. So I think that if they can come back and get some more traction here, this could be a dangerous team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a cohesion, a speed, like a chemistry about them. Like you could tell this wasn't like they just got thrown together. Here, go have a match. Not at all.
No, they had some stuff they had a lot in common, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Coastal, we're going to stick with you here for a second. What are your thoughts on the Reckless face and cease and desist next week for the Rocky Mountain Pro Tag Team Championships? Or this week coming up, I should say.
Yeah, I think it has the capabilities of being one of the best tag team matches you'll see all year. I mean, both teams are operating at a great level right now. Since Team Reckless has been back, they seem like they're even more in sync than they were. And they seem hungry. They seem like they want it so bad right now. And we all know that how good cease and desist can be. They are a very cohesive unit. They really took it to Chopper City. They did. Here's the X Factor. It could be a great match, and it could get ruined by a dude in an orange suit that inserts himself. Like that's the thing. As much as we don't want to talk about him, Preston is the wild card. Team Reckless not only needs to prepare for a very able cease and desist, they got to prepare for Preston too.
Hopefully they know that. Hopefully they've been watching.
Yeah.
No, because it's a fact, Preston. It's an absolute fact. They have a match against your guys, and it's going to be a big, high-profile match, and we know how those kind of go. So, but for Team Reckless, this has been a really great welcome back to Rocky Mountain Pro. They've had some success. The crowd remembers them. The crowd's cheering for them every time they come out. They look great. They both look like they've put on a little bit of muscle. Camacho, he cut his hair. He's got a new look, but he's still got the same speed. And Queso's still got all of it. So the team, they're back. They look great against a very similar XP team. a very similar age team. This could be a dandy of a gem of a tag team match. We've seen when generations collide. Now we're going to see what happens when the same generations collide for the championship. What's it mean to all four of these young men to win the Rocky Mountain Pro Tag Team Championships? That's going to be huge next week.
Yeah, this is going to be a big time match that I'm with you, Coastal. I think this could be a potential match of the year candidate if if everything goes how it should. But you guys do bring up a point. The rest of the law office, in particular, Preston's going to have a game plan as well. And if things are starting to go south, best believe he's going to implement that plan. I believe Preston will let cease and desist, do their best. I think that cease and desist, in my estimation, if I'm comparing the two, they are slightly better tag team on paper right now, just because they have a little bit more XP. They've been doing it this whole time now.
They're
Didn't take any time off. They're the champions.
Confidence.
And yes, I think I've seen a little more of a progression out of Cookie and Eric Reyes than I have from Camacho and Queso. Not that Queso and Camacho haven't taken that leap. Obviously Camacho still pulling off monumental upsets, but
right.
Overall the body of work, I think, favors cease and desist. I give them a slight edge in this matchup, but like I said, Camacho can pull off upsets. Queso has been capable together. These two could pull off a major upset and become the tag team champions. We'll see.
And, the other thing, if you eliminate Preston, the real big X factor is how does Team Reckless deal with the size and the strength of Cookie? That is a big thing. He's a big guy, but he moves great. That is something, they don't have the size advantage there. So they got to figure out how to combat that.
Another charge title match. Another charge defense for Kane Koyama as he successfully defends his charge championship against Jacob East. Your thoughts, real quick.
Man, were they throwing the lumber at each other? This was hard hitting. This was fast. This was, I call it a high test match, man. They don't last for too long. They're like big white stars out in the universe. They don't last as long as the yellow. They blow up quick. And this match got into a fight quick. Patented offense from both sides. Koyama ends up taking back over. They're both worse for the wear at the end of the match, but this is why Koyama wins matches. He stays resilient. That is his championship. He's fighting everybody, and the confidence of beating everybody helps him beat the next guy. He takes a couple times. He finally gets Jacob in the pedigree for the 1, 2, 3. Caden Koyama. Boys, I don't want to take anything away from this, but this, in my opinion, was like the textbook for Koyama. However, this was on hard mode. This was much more of a physical match, much more high intensity, high speed than we've seen. Koyama wasn't allowed to set the pace here. This was just both guys going in your face, and I almost think it favored Jacob a little bit more. He'd catch the champion off guard, but nobody caught Koyama off guard. But he was a little worse for the wear. But I mean, this is why we love this man right now, Coastal. Koyama is just getting it done in the right ways, not going to the tactics, and just still winning charge championship match after charge championship match. What do you think of Koyama right now?
I think Koyama we say it week after week. He's on a different level right now. And the thing that makes him so good right now is he understands he's getting the best of everyone that's coming up against him. He's the champ. He knows he's going to get the A+ game from everyone, and he's not afraid to take some lumps. He understands it's part of the match. He's going to take some offense, but what he does so well is while he's taking that beating, he's dissecting you. He's almost trying to figure out your tendencies. He's trying to figure. It's like a poker player trying to figure out a tell. He's like, all I need is a moment. All I need is a moment. And as soon as he got out of that headlock and the guy whipped him in the ropes, he's like, here's my moment. I'm quicker. Underdog, boom, spinning heel kick. Boom, splash in the corner. Bulldog, pedigree, game over. It's like when he picks his spot, Lucas, he hits it like a running back hitting a hole at 100 miles an hour. And unless like you can combat that, you got to understand he's going to outthink you in the ring, and that's where he's going to beat you. Honestly, is he's outthinking everyone, and he's finding his moment every single match.
Right now, we've talked about it week in and week out. He's operating at just a higher level and on all aspects of a wrestling match. He's he can dictate the pace, but then at times when if his opponent is kind of dictating the pace, then he can adjust, and he just does it so effortlessly. He adjusts if he's got to adjust to the style, he can do that. He can figure out ways to win. And you're right. In this match, it was just him operating a textbook perfect match, because he wasn't rushing things. He wasn't trying to press too much. It was just he was letting the action come to him. He was letting Jacob East kind of, okay, let's see what you got here. You're gonna keep it with the strikes. You're gonna keep hitting hard. Okay, well then we'll figure out a way to combat that. He does. He just keeps his cool, and it never seems like he's in a whole lot of trouble. Even though there's times where he's almost getting pinned, but it's like he's been doing it week in and week out now. You're almost like you just figure he's going to find a way to win the match, and that's exactly what he does. Is he figures out a way, whether he's hitting his finisher or doing the roll up. He'll figure out a way. It's. I almost feel like we're taking it for granted, this title reign. Like we just automatically assume it. We just need to enjoy every match, because every match has been a new way of him winning. And the other thing that I want to bring up is that he's going up against a lot of guys that are making their Rocky Mountain Pro debuts. They're coming from different parts of the United States that we've never seen before, that he's never seen before. That it's not like he's getting a chance against somebody he's familiar with. He's doing it against guys that knows very little about, and he's still finding ways to win. That's what's very impressive as well.
All right. Next week, or I should say this upcoming Thursday, we are also going to have a number one contenders match for the Lockettes Championship, as Big Daddy Mo is going to go one-on-one with Pumpkin Morgan.
She happened to just be there floating through the trash cans. So she's lurking around, keeping a smell on things. Normally I'd say keeping an eye on things, but she's keeping her stink on things to make sure that, she's not totally forgotten. And she somehow gets herself a match against Mo, being a number one contender. That'll be a hell of a fight. It's not going to be much of a wrestling match. That's going to be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, Mo's in the headspace now where it's not about the goal isn't to beat Pumpkin. It is, but the goal is to get through her and get back to Lola. All roads lead to Lola right now, and she will do anything. Like, Mo is a crazed animal at this point. Like, she's been driven to the absolute brink. First, it was Pumpkin stealing the title, and that drove her crazy. And now she had the title stolen again. So it's like she will do anything to get it back. And Marky, I don't know so much as if Pumpkin was just going around. Maybe she was grocery shopping. I don't know. She looked like she was looking for something to eat. And
she did find something.
I don't know her dietary habits.
Well, there got to be something. I don't know. There must have been a bunch of trash cans there, Lucas. That looked like there was so many people, so many. I'm sure there had to be a ton of trash cans there somewhere.
Oh yeah. There was all kinds of debris for her to feel right at home with. She didn't have any problem with that. Yeah. So, but I will say this. There is some past hostilities between Big Daddy Mo and Pumpkin Morgan that could play into this. Don't forget that Pumpkin was the one who stole Big Daddy Mo's belt had it under hostage for over a month. That was something that brought a lot of frustration out of Big Daddy Mo. I don't think she's forgotten about that, and I think Pumpkin Morgan still wants to get a back at Mo. For not being able to win the title when she had the opportunity. So this would be good for either one of these Lockettes to get a victory over the other one and to move on to face Lola. This should be a great match, guys. I know that Punka Morgan's very unorthodox, but she also has been pretty damn successful, and she can be very dangerous.
Don't take her for granted, especially nowadays.
Absolutely.
Big Daddy Mo is not in the right mental state as she probably was a few months ago.
Is this a must-win for Mo?
Yes,
I think it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes.
Because if she loses this, there's no more excuses. She's the back of the line. Over on YouTube, I will say, Jacob East says Jacob East is my favorite wrestler.
Yeah. Well, that's good that you are your own favorite wrestler, and that's very good. I actually like Jacob East. I think there's a lot of potential in that.
Oh,
guy.
absolutely. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of potential with him, and also congratulations once again. He got engaged. He proposed, and he's getting married. So,
well, Mazel Tov.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Now you can be just as frustrated as the rest of them. Congratulations. Just kidding.
Marriage is a wonderful institution.
A little bit.
Who wants to go to an institution?
I forgot we had this. There we go. Golf claps all around.
Kidding.
Yes.
All right. Another one-on-one contest that we have to talk about, and I'm sure Marky is very much irked about this one quite a bit. Jack McCready going up against Marcio Santos.
It was a great match.
Kinda.
I mean, well, dude, this Jack McCready.
It was a dominant performance by Marcio.
Right, but we're going to get to that. This kid has grapefruits.
He does.
Immense.
He does.
Immense. Absolutely. Like the rind is 6 inches deep. Like this kid, look, he sacrificed himself to the gods of what does he call it at the end? The hammer of God. He sacrificed himself to the gods. Yes.
Marte de Dios.
I have a terrible Spanish accent, so I'll just say it.
I don't think that's Spanish.
Well, it's Portuguese, but that's all right.
Well, my Portuguese is even worse. I'm Italian, so it's even worse. But no, Jack McCready comes up and really tries to actually fight and wrestle Marcio Santos, and great try, dude. I admire the fighting spirit and to go up against, but this Marcio Santos right now is just too big, too angry, too pissed off, and entirely, and this may be a fault we may see coming up in the future, but entirely too focused on Preston and getting back at Damon Ace and getting back into this. I think he has a one-track mind right now going on, but Jack McCready wasn't enough dude to get him out of that mindset. Very high impact offense from Marcio, and he ends it very, very quickly with the Muerte de Dios. How's that? The spear. I told you it's terrible.
Let me go get my wife, who's basically Portuguese.
She is Portuguese. Yeah. She could actually say it properly, but I'm just gonna say it like a masshole. He hit him with the hammer of God, kid. All right, the big spear at the end. All right, how's that? Is that better? That's way better, right? All right, well, that's okay. Fun fact: Lady Deathdrop used to be one of the original on the Dudes and Belts way back. But anyway. Hey, Siege, good to see you. But no, so anyway, that's notwithstanding. That's the match. And then, boys, then we saw the destruction afterwards. This is one reason why I'm in the old school Rocky Mountain Pro ref shirt. Because Ref Alex, dude, Marcio Santos took a run at him after he grabbed the chair out of his hand.
His life flashed before his eyes.
He already used it. Dude, yeah, and I understand. Ref Alex and I are roughly about the same size. We've spoken eye to eye. We've talked it many times. I have also been face to face with Marcio Santos, like when we've been there a few times in the back. And the man is an absolute redwood tree of a human. So, yeah, you're right. Your life would flash before your eyes if that man got a 15-foot running head start to hit you. But through the grace of it, Preston Oblinger Skidmore, right, got in the way and told him not to spear Alex, which I guess every knucklehead has an attack of conscience every once in a while, but then Santos goes right back to McCready, and now we have an out of control Santos here, boys. Coastal, like we know what he was talking to Preston about. He listened to Preston, but now he's completely unhinged with the chair and how he deals with Preston. He actually listened to him in the moment, but then completely stopped listening to him. What's the right way to say it? Does Santos level up in ways that we couldn't understand as a normal human, meaning that like
As he lost
he
his damn
knows where
mind.
but he still knows where the line is. We've seen Damon lose his mind and completely forget where the line is. Santos is in the middle of losing his mind, but he still remembered where the line was. Is this an absolute controlled chaos out of Amacio Santos? Is he proven that he can keep one extra level of control?
I'm
Do you
gonna
think?
go with a no, and I'll explain why. As I said earlier, when you go to war with Damon Ace, you do not come out the same. Win, lose, or draw, most of the time it's lose. Something in you changes. He brings out a darkness in you that you need to fight a monster. To beat a monster, you have to become one. And that is what Damon brings out of you. We saw it with Marty. We're seeing it with Marcio. And the reason I say no about the control is he stopped because his ticket to more title shots stepped in front. He did understand that Preston is the one that can get him what he wants. And
I'll give you that.
If he, turns Preston into a stain on the mat with the hammer of God, he doesn't get anything. And the reason I say he can't control it is when he got done with that, he was still mad and he gave McCready another hammer of God. Like, he is just, it's violence and it's anger and it's all because Damon Ace. I'm sorry, Lucas, that monster changes you mentally when you go to war with him.
Here's the one thing I will say is when he's had these wars with Marty Casals and some of these other guys, yeah, they don't come out the same. And for a while, they seem to be like, it takes them a while to get back on track. This time, it doesn't seem like Marcio's taking any damn time to get back on track. It seems like he's better than ever, and he's more dangerous than ever. This may have come out to be one of those points where Marcio may actually be better than he was just even a week ago. After that, that was a brutal matchup. He might have actually come out better than a lot of these other guys where it's taken them some time and it's trying to find themselves. Marcio looks like he is even more dangerous and more focused and more aggressive than he ever has been. This might be to the detriment of Damon Ace, and I know you don't like to hear that, but Damon Ace might have just woken up his best opponent finally. And if Marcio ever gets another chance, this Marcio, if this continues like what we're seeing, this could be the guy. Could be, because that's a dangerous guy.
What the most scary thing is, you talk about unlocking the best opponent. That's what Damon's been trying to do ever since he got the title.
Wow.
Damon wants something that he looks at and he goes, now I have to become even more. Wow, that is what he's doing. He's trying to push himself to the limit, and he's trying to think, whenever somebody says Rocky Mountain Pro Champion, all they think of is Damon Ace, not Dustin Urich, not David Drake, not Curtis Cole. There's a singular name that Damon wants associated with that title and the dominance, and it's him.
Which is fine, but be careful looking for the absolute best out of absolutely everybody, because eventually, on any given Sunday, somebody gives you their best and it's a little better than yours, and you bit off a little too much. I'm not saying that's happening. As a matter of fact, Damon Ace has proved what I just said wrong every single time. But nothing is forever. This is an absolute credible destructive threat.
All right. Unfortunately, we have to talk about him for a fifth time tonight, but we do have Preston once again trying to get involved in the NRW title picture here for Dylan Anderson, but D'Lo kind of steps in and says, I don't think so, and kind of gives Johnny a good chance to heal up. He has until Shocktober to defend the NRW championship, so Johnny does get some good grace from D'Lo Brown. However, D'Lo did hand Preston a clipboard of new rules to go over and to address with the law office. Your thoughts on this segment before we head into the main event? Because we do got a pop to kind of shout out during the main event. So,
my whole thing with this is, Preston, the rules finally didn't work for you. You didn't read all the fine print. You didn't understand that he only has to defend that title at, pay-per-views. So he has an entire, about 6 weeks to heal up. So for once, you didn't do your due diligence, sir, and you didn't understand what the rule was.
Right, because that's what's in the real rule book. Preston was reading his rule book, and the real rule book says that the NRW title is to be defended at pay-per-views. So Johnny Casanova, rest up. Hope that leg gets a lot better, and I hope you're the NRW champion for a long time. But at Shocktober, it's going to be a hell of a match. So rest up and get better.
Yeah, just a matter of time before the rules finally caught up to Preston. You can try to circumvent them as much as you want, but D'Lo and Mercury Yaden are a lot smarter than what Preston gives them credit for. It was just they needed to refocus on these rules. Once they did that, then it was just a matter of time before things would catch up to Preston. So now Preston's got to come up with another game plan.
These things happen to people who suffer from the Dunning-Kruger effect, like Preston does. These are the things that happen when you kind of figure out.
and your main
That's all right.
event from Charge episode 459 was a fatal four-way match for the number one contendership for the Rocky Mountain Pro Championship at Shocktober between Mr. Draper himself, Dustin Urich, Kevin Koa, and we were just talking about this guy back in 2015. Now a decade later, he shows his face once again. Hunter Gray has returned to Rocky Mountain Pro, ladies and gentlemen.
Who? Oh, I love that guy. Love seeing Hunter back. He looks better than he did 10 years ago.
Yeah,
He looks scarier, bigger, meaner. The chickens ought to beware. There's no chicken safe west of the Mississippi if Hunter Gray is
He
still
carried
around.
out a spine.
He was carrying a spine with him. And it didn't look like a little chick. I don't want to know where he got that spine. He probably pulled it off somebody. But
That looked like a moose spine or something. Who
Yeah, it
knows
did.
what the hell?
I don't want to know what's running around up in the mountains that he brought the spinal column of. We don't need to talk about that stuff. This ain't dudes in taxidermy.
yeah,
That's
this was a
Sasquatch, maybe.
Yeah, this was an amazing main event, though, guys. There's so much going on here. It's just, you got 4 guys in the ring that hit harder than the hardest hitting people you can think of. Draper, who's held the title before, and then you have the longest reigning Rocky Mountain Pro champion of all time, Dustin Urich, is in there. Hunter Gray is a vet. He understands. And I think, guys, I know he ended up winning, but Kevin Koa kind of got lost in the shuffle here for a minute. Everyone was oohing and eyeing over the big boys, and Koa really played a great mental game. He figured it out. He kind of hung back a little bit, but when
He had some
strikes
practice
me-
from NRW.
That's true.
in the
That's
triple
true.
threat.
I mean, his strikes, I would never want to be kicked by Kevin Koa. Oh my God. It must be like getting hit with a New York City phone book in the
Are
chest.
you kidding? Did you see how high Hunter Gray's boot was in the air when he tried for those high bicycle kicks?
Yeah. That's true.
He could get that foot all the way up to his freaking nose, for freak's sake.
Yeah.
That big of a
I
guy.
mean, Hunter Gray is a freak of nature, though. You have to try and genetically enhance something that comes out of nature like Hunter Gray. The thing I'm looking at here, guys, and one of these new rules come into play as we see. You get Draper, who gets a little overzealous, grabs a chair. Ref Eli's trying to warn him. Dustin Urich gets busted open. Now, those two, we have not seen the end of that. I'm sorry. That is a collision course that's going to happen again. And it's going to be like two freight trains hitting each other. But in the shuffle marquee, and I know you took, I was this, Ref Eli gets driven into the barricade. Like, there's no need of it. He immediately disqualifies, which is a new thing. Both of those guys. So they're both eliminated from the four-way. And the next thing we know, Kevin Koa's got to win, and Kevin Koa is the number one contender here. There was so much going on in this match. And as you know, Lucas said earlier, Tortured Souls had a pretty good night because now one of their main guys is going to go up against Damon Ace for that title. And that is a very interesting match because how do you get in the mind, guys, of Kevin Koa, and do you try to?
No. The answer is absolutely no, unless you're Damon Ace. But Damon Ace is another one of those different type of humans that are not like the rest of us. These guys.
Damon's off for the next 2 weeks.
That is
right.
True. We talk about that.
He's got to take a hike for a couple weeks because 1 week wasn't enough. And I think the second week was because Damon was wearing D'Lo's shirt from 1996. So I think that was kind of why he gave him that second week off. He had to wash that thing. Probably smelled real bad from the old locker room somewhere in New Jersey. New Jersey smells terrible. But at that point, anyway, but no, so Damon's on the side here, and Koa is now the number one contender after a really good match. He does put himself in the right spot. And Dustin Urich, this is on Urich and Dak Draper in their own ways. First of all, Draper should have never put his hand on the ref, even if the DQ rule wasn't into effect.
I don't even know if they even knew the rules.
Dustin Urich didn't. It was very much apparent that he didn't. He was very surprised because he took the chair. He was ejected, disqualified because he used the chair back onto Dak Draper. And as far as these guys had always known, these were no DQ matches. So, but these are some new rules. And we saw months ago, actually almost a year ago now, when Vince Russo was here and doing some things, there were some rules that people didn't know. The over-the-top rope thing, when you threw a guy over, that was a disqualification. We saw Damon Ace himself be a victim of that in one match a wicked long time ago. So, these are new things that, these guys have to make sure that they read that memo sheet. You got to go to Monday meetings, guys. And find out if these rules are changing like that, especially in a number one contenders match. But Koa and Gray have this massive battle at the end, and really it was just the battle of who was going to get the bigger kick, who was going to get it in, and Koa ends up winning the match. Very surprised by this. Not that Koa beat Hunter Gray, but kind of that Koa beat Hunter Gray by himself. I was very, very surprised. I thought we were going to end up coming out and seeing a lot of the stuff, but we absolutely did not. The big Superman punch at the end. And Koa is, Lucas, one of the scariest number one contenders we could have outside of Marcio Santos right now or something like that. Damon Ace really is getting these crazy people that have something to prove, and they all want to prove it to Damon Ace. And Damon's just like the guy at the deli who just takes the next number and says, come on. What do you think?
So you guys have been talking about the Kevin Koa kind of flying under the radar, but guys, I try to not have too big of an ego here, but I've been on the Kevin Koa bandwagon, at least, trying to tell you guys that this guy is a legit star for a while. Ever since he joined the Tortured Soul, I told you guys, this guy has star power. He is a legit star, and he shouldn't have been flying under the radar. We should have been saying this guy is a star. When I watch Kevin Koa, I see a big time player. I see a guy that can be a champion of a company and that can represent a company. That's what I look at him. He's got everything you need to be a champion, and I think that he would be a great champion. I know that he's unhinged and psychotic like a lot of others, but this guy is really damn good, and I think it's I'm glad in a way. I may not like what they do, the Tortured Souls, but Kevin Koa is just really good, and I actually enjoy watching him in the ring because he's dynamic. I think he can grapple. He's hard hitting. Everything he does is with power and force, but it's also very precise what he does. So that's why I think Kevin Koa is going to be a great opponent for Damon Ace, and I'm really looking forward to that match. Now,
I think. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say, but also in the same breath, I love having Hunter Gray back. That's my guy. You guys know how much of a Hunter Gray fan I've been. You see the interaction with me and him when I was
Dude, he
on
used to give you
commentary
chicken
for
all the
yeah,
time.
and me and
Gave
him
you his
always
chicken.
got yeah. Me and him always have kind of had this weird kind of relationship. I actually speak Hunter Gray quite well. I'm glad to have him back. He's elevated the locker room with his presence, having him back, having Anaya back, having Draper around more often. This is awesome, guys. We've got the great talent coming back, and I enjoy it very much.
Oh, Lucas.
And just to be real clear, I didn't mean that Kevin Koa flew under the radar for ability. It's just when you're in there with those guys with that history, you kind of, people are like, oh, well, there's Kevin Koa, but look at these three. Like, it's one of those things where it's like sometimes the stars get real big because you know all the history, and then all of a sudden Kevin Koa comes in and kicks your teeth in.
Oh, I don't mean to have an ego, but here's my ego.
Here's my
Lucas
ego. Here it is.
Bradwell,
Come on, my
2025. Just adding to the insult list.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna have a big board. I'm gonna have a top list of Lucas Bradwell slander on the other side here.
I already got one going over here on the side, so I'm already well ahead of you.
You want to borrow Johnny's?
All right. I think that's going to conclude episode 459. Final thoughts before it looks like we will have time to get into an episode of the Rewind. Final thoughts.
Chaos. It's the fallout is chaos, and especially in this time because you got Damon who gets kicked out for 2 weeks. Now he can't even address his number one contender. Preston is running wild. Someone needs to take care of it, and I'm glad D'Lo is starting to become the law again because we haven't seen the law in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. D'Lo stepping forward, him and Yaden behind the scenes, coming up with the rules, hand delivering them to Preston, but then also making sure that these matches happen, these number one contenders match happen. We have a champion, a challenge to the champion with Kevin Koa. We have the number one contenders match for the Lockett's title match next week. We have some new rules coming down the pipeline to prevent law officery. So it's kind of one of those times where we're right in the middle of something that could really start to get better, or it could potentially fall off a cliff if it's perverted. But either way, there's still a lot going on in Rocky Mountain Pro right now.
Lucas, you always forget the final words of the episode every goddamn time. Why are you even here?
Well, I get nervous because I'm gonna say something and I know it's gonna just get thrown right back in my face.
Probably.
But no, this is.
But that's why you're
probably
here.
Yeah, exactly. No, this episode I think was great.
It's brought to you by the ego of Lucas Bradwell.
I knew it. But yeah, this episode really was a great follow-up to what No Rules Wrestling was. All that chaos just was followed by more chaos. Marcio Santos is going to be an absolute terror if he doesn't get what he wants. Hey, Kevin Koa, man, he's your new number one contender. I think that's the big story coming out of this, and we're going to see how these new rules take effect, or these new implementation of the current rules are going to take effect moving forward. So yeah, a lot of big things happening.
Jack McCready over here on Twitch with comment of the evening. Speaking of egos, if I ever wanted to kill myself, I'd climb Macio's ego and jump to his IQ.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. No,
Wow.
nice. That's That's a solid burn.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
a
Good.
solid
Glad
burn.
to see. Glad to see that at least he still has his wits about him because yeah, his
least they came
insides.
back.
Yeah, his insides. I'm a little worried about.
Right.
Real quick, if Hunter Gray ever watches this episode, or if he's watching now, I think you need to bring the chicken back, and I think you need to give some to Tony Nomad. I don't think he's fully experienced the Hunter Gray.
No, he hasn't had the Hunter Gray experience. He doesn't quite know what it's all about.
Yeah, so
I'll get him used to it.
Yeah,
That would be great.
I think next time Hunter you show up, bring the chicken.
That would be great.
Did somebody warn the Denver Costco's that they're going to run out of rotisserie chickens?
All right.
Hunter just goes in, all chicken, mine. Thank you.
Let's open everything up a little bit here. Let's calm down the volume and let's sit back and watch some NRW Charge. I think we are on episode number 71. So we're getting close to 459.
Yeah.
Ever so slowly.
1 week at a time. We're getting closer. Every week.
All right. I did not share it yet. I was well aware.
There it is. Thank you, sir.
All right. And then we can do that. And then we can do that. And then we do that. And here we are.
And here we are. Oh, there we are. We should be still square in the middle of that Charge title tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, second round.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah, we saw him at AAA Mania last night.
This is Cormac Battle, joined not by my usual
Really?
broadcast partner Lucas Brattle,
Yep.
but instead
Triple Mania,
by our
yeah.
glorious king of replay, our production manager, the guy that makes us all look good, KD. KD, how you doing, buddy?
Doing all right today, Mac. You know, it's a sad day that Lucas isn't going to be here tonight, but you know we'll pick up the slack as we always do.
No, Lucas.
And,
No, Luke, he's
Yeah, I
here.
don't-
He's there. He's there.
Championship Tournament. Dozer with an impressive win. What was it, last week?
Yep.
Or 2 weeks ago against a Batu.
Yeah, big win for Dozer.
Hailing from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, weighing in at 251 pounds, sugar-free Mario Vanger.
Sugar free.
Sugar.
Oh, is this the dawning of the
He's
sugar-free
sugar-free.
era?
Is he sugar free
is-
now?
Sugar's the
This is the.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Oh, yeah. He's got a mic.
Who is that?
That's his. That's his. What disciple of sugar or something?
You did not eat sugar for 5 million years. Today, we are all victims of sugar, which causes. You shut up. Heart disease, diabetes, obesity, cancer, and inevitably death. Take him up, Ref. But there's one thing stronger than the powerful sugar industry, and that is the combined willpower of all of us. Join the resistance against sugar. sugar. My name is Mario Venture, and I am your savior.
Ladies and
Okay,
gentlemen,
so the first
this is
official
going to be a
serving of
very,
sugar-free
very
Mario
good
Vanger.
few
What do you think
years
of that,
for
Pete?
Mario
I'm
Vanger.
not really surprised. We were
Starting
talking
now.
Earlier,
Sugar-free
talking to the
savior.
Prince of PT.
Is that who that is?
That is who we see right there, the Prince of PT. Yeah, we spoke to him earlier, and he gave us a few names that Mario Vanger would like to be known as.
Really?
Yes. The Wizard of Whey,
Okay.
the Pastor of Protein,
The Wizard of Whey.
the Messiah of the Multivitamin.
I like that.
He's got more,
The
but he's
Messiah of the
will be revealed in
multivitamin.
the weeks to come.
This is ridiculous.
This is
Now,
great.
Prince of PT, is that San Prince of Ponytail? Because that is one serious rug in his head right there.
That is a very serious hairstyle right there. And now this is about to be a serious match. Dozer on the offensive.
Yeah, you know, we've obviously seen these two lockups over the past few weeks. One of the most intense rivalries in NRW today, and it just is increased that much by the fact that this is the next round of the championship tournament for the NRW championship. Excuse me, the NRW Charge Championship.
And both these guys, big chop by Mario Vanger. Both
Yikes.
these guys, they want to be that first champion. They want to make history here in NRW.
Right?
And the best way to do that, obviously, well, you could, or you could just throw your opponent around.
And you see, that's all Mario Vanger can do is bail out of the ring and catch his breath here for a second as he tries to recollect himself following that huge back body drop from Dozer. But like you were saying, both these guys want to be that first ever Charge champion, as does everyone in this tournament. Like you said, Dozer defeating Abatu in a hard-hitting matchup, and Mario Vanger with the fight of his life against one of the most just truly inspiring and tough and handsome and attractive and awesome opponents in NRW history. I forget his name, but it was a hell of a fight.
How did that mat taste?
You know what? He got me from behind, okay? I think he spat in my eyes. I didn't see it coming.
Well, we've seen this before. We've seen this coming before.
Look at this. Mario Vanger hung out to dry right
You know
now.
what? Here's what I don't get. The ref's not counting it. Mario Vanger in the ropes.
Yeah, that's true. We obviously got a little work to do on that front, but you're absolutely right. That's a little bit. Mario Vanger's got a gripe right now.
Yes, and checking the teeth. Got to make sure that, those sugar-free teeth.
And you see there at the bottom of your screen the information from Mercury Pro Wrestling
Dozer said
Academy.
it's okay. I'll check
I
him.
want
I'll
to say
check
these
him.
two are from
check.
the Academy, two graduates, but at this point, it'd probably be easier to say who hasn't graduated from the Academy.
Yeah, that's true. The NRW roster is now filled to the brim with MPW
Double
students.
chop,
If you want to be
Marky.
part of that, there you go. You can go to the MercuryProWrestling.academy
The doubles.
to get more information, and
Yeah.
you too can get chopped by Dozer.
Yeah, I don't know about that pitch necessarily, but Dozer laying it tomorrow. There's another huge knife edge chop, and Dozer pretty firmly in control of this matchup right
Marky,
now.
would you rather be hit by Dozer or would you rather be hit by Damon
Yes.
Ace?
A Pan Am
No,
Games
damn
medalist.
Dozer. Dozer.
You'd rather
You wouldn't.
you would rather get hit by Dozer?
No, you aren't.
I got hit by
You see
Damon
this
Ace.
is
I
a
know what
trademark
that's like.
move
It
of
can't be.
Dozer. He's got Mario where he wants him. He
Easier.
sets up, but smart from Mario
Can't be
Vance to
easier.
bail again.
Plus, then I could say I got
Offering
shot by
Mario what
those.
looks to be a protein drink.
I'd take it.
I don't understand
If I took it
why
and lived from
the
Damon,
Prince of
I could take
Pastries
it and
and
live
Treats
from
is here
Dozer.
helping out Sugar-Free
100%.
Mario.
Telling you,
Counterintuitive,
I've
doesn't it?
never met a stronger
That's what
man
that
than
stands for,
Dozer.
right?
I watched Dozer
I think so.
pick up an
Sounds
entire
familiar.
Too much
corner of the
protein intake,
ring
that could happen.
already
exactly.
put together by himself. No other help.
Look, man, I don't
Lifted
know
it up.
about you. I love Sugar. I'm a fan. Man.
We know.
That is
We talk about
No way.
pies.
I've-
How awesome.
I've never seen another
How
man be
awesome
able to
are
do
they?
that.
But I don't think
No,
you're
I
gonna
never
have
have either.
the King Kong
No.
of carb backloading to.
Gaten
talk
says
about
Dozer is the
time.
strongest human I've ever met.
Yes, yes, I second that.
I believe
can-
that.
I second that.
Caught in
That's
midair
why I'm
by
not going to let him
Dozer,
punch
The
me.
whirly bird right there.
And Mario's going
Chop
for
is
a
a little
ride
different.
as he is thrown onto the top rope. That is a very compromising position, to say the least.
Oh, right on the multivitamin.
That's full dizzy.
Oh my goodness.
Ah.
And Dozer sending Mario for a ride. That is
I'm not sure if Dozer is attempting to do that or if he's just holding himself up on the ropes.
I don't know, man. As we've seen, in the
A
past,
little bit of
Dozer,
both, KD.
one of the
It's
more
okay.
wild competitors we have here in NRW.
Leave him alone. The big man's
And, he's
multitasking.
a little bit
Leave
dizzy
him
right
alone.
now. He doesn't know where he's at.
Dozer's always a bit dizzy.
Oh, but look at the strength. Just deadlifting Mario Vanger up.
And what the strength of Dozer to be able to just pick Mario Vanger.
How
weighing
about
in,
it?
What, about 285 right now?
Every bit of it. And he tosses him around the ring like a rag doll. That might be it. As we get a 1 count, 2 count, but not quite.
And you know that 285 is heavier because it's all muscle. The sugar-free diet.
Here's the thing about the sugar-free diet. It's not that tasty, though, is it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a fan of tofu, but I have had some delicious protein shakes in my time.
You know,
But Mario Vanger, that chop to the throat, as we just saw.
tofu is like the grossest thing. I'm just gonna say, tofu is disgusting.
So you're telling me at Thanksgiving you didn't have tofurkey?
What even is that? Is that real? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, we just have to ask Mario Vanger.
Gross. And you see the cravat, another trademark move in Mario Vanger's repertoire. He's choking out Dozer. That's what he's got to do. He's got to bring the big man down to his knees and just choke the air out of him. That's the smartest tactic.
Fans won on Dozers. We just saw him. Dozer trying to get some separation, but boom! Mario uses the hair.
I think the ring just fell an inch.
Now this referee's being a little lenient in the rules.
Yeah, to say the least.
You know, we've seen,
Well, he yelled at him.
Mario in the ropes.
The
We've
hair.
seen a chop to the throat.
Okay, but to be fair, Titus Machiavelli.
He didn't yell at him about the
ridiculous
throat
rules.
chop.
It's hard to keep them all in track, right? I mean, he's got no throwing over the top rope. He's got no kicking with the point of the toe.
No
It's
closed
absurd.
fist.
It's all absurd, honestly. Unless Titus is listening, in which case they're fantastic rules and I abide by them.
Well, you see,
And also, to be fair, you're telling two giant human beings that are twice the size if you just
However,
stop doing
seems
something.
like some of our referee staff have not gotten their copy of the NRW rulebook.
Oh man, you saw the knee.
Knees, what a
and
knee.
a
That was
goal.
vicious.
Goal.
Oh,
And
Goes
Mario,
right back
what
to
a
it.
freaking
That
knee
is
lift.
dope.
yeah, it's the smartest thing he can do here. Dozer has been chopped down to size. Referee checking if he's out. I don't know how Dozer's staying awake right now.
yeah, I'm with
Maybe he had some
Cormick
sugar.
on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, good man. Good man. You ever had any Eclair?
Because he had 50 grams of sugar
Oh,
before he came out to the
dude,
ring.
I am
So he's still
salivating.
amped
How
up.
about a parfait?
Oh,
Ain't nobody just like parfait.
oh, it's too true. It's too true. I have that tattooed on my right calf.
That's an exclusive right there on NRW TV,
Yeah, it is.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it is.
Look for that next time you see Cormac Battle in action.
And you see Dozer trying to work his way back to his feet, trying to fight Mario off here, get some distance, some separation, but Mario back on top with an intense European uppercut.
Dozer with the whip.
Oh,
Big kick right to
Yikes.
the chest of Dozer.
and Dozer
Well, we've seen this before.
up top. Oh,
Look
but
at-
Mario Vanger slips away. That's a smart move. But you're right, KD. These two know each other so well. They know their ins and outs of their offenses.
Wait.
No way.
We saw him do this to you. You're telling me he's going to try to
Power
Yep.
bomb Dozer. That's not going to work.
Not yet,
And
anyway.
Dozer finally with some separation. This might be his chance to get back in this fight if he can get on top of Mario Vanger here. Prince of PT barking orders. What kind of direction do you think he gives Mario Vanger?
Yeah, baby!
If it's, for his diet, obviously he's done a good job.
Oh,
Maybe not so much in the wrestling.
Get down
aspect,
over there.
Those are just toss Mario
Yeah.
Vanger like a sack of potatoes.
yeah, and Mario Vanger now in control for a lot of this matchup, but he's in a pretty bad way right now. The Prince of PT get involved as you knew he would. He's a loudmouth, and he goes for a ride. He just got knocked down by Dozer.
I don't think there was any reason.
You
for
guys
Dozer
taking
to
notes
try
on
to
how to
reach
deal with
the
Preston?
He was in the way. Are you kidding me?
He needs to keep his eyes on Mario Vanger.
Huh?
Yeah, and you should keep your eyes on Dozer.
All
As
the
Mario
all the
Vanger comes
RMP
forward.
talent that's watching right now, you guys paying attention on how you deal with Preston?
That's not a worm. That is a caterpillar. Boom!
He gets
elbow
up on the
drop.
apron, just shove
Push
him
him
off.
right off.
And Mario's
Shove him
last
off.
legs right here. He's got to figure out a way out of the situation.
Dozer might be looking, as we know he does. He dozes.
Oh, well, the Prince of PT. Oh, come on. That's blatant. The Prince of PT just grabbed Mario Vanger, got him out of the
he never
ring.
grabbed his foot. Mario Vanger was able to get to the ropes.
That's ridiculous. The referee should be throwing him to the back right now.
He's right.
And Dozer coming after Mario. And, oh, what is that?
Oh,
Look,
protein powder to the face.
It's
that was a new
sugar.
spin on an old classic. That was some protein
Protein
powder.
Oh, it was
And
protein powder.
Dozer
Okay.
is stunned. He has no idea
Now,
where he's at right now. Mario.
It's not windy in there, so he absolutely did that on purpose.
Mac, you felt
And
that
he
before.
is out.
Sometimes wind can take rosin.
I
I'm
don't
okay.
think Dozer can catch this one. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh.
That's it. Mario
Mario
Vanger.
Vanger advancing to the next round, the semifinals.
Yeah, by controversial ending, to say the least. The Prince of PT happy with it. Let's take another look at that vicious curb stomp. Man, oh man.
Cormac, as much as you may not like it, much as some of the fans may not like it,
And I don't.
the paragon of pumping iron, this new sugar-free lifestyle might be working.
How many of those
Yes,
do you
to
have?
Dame,
Quite a
exactly.
few.
I have a book.
Yeah, I bet you do.
It's the only way to deal with it.
The brackets, Mario Vanger advancing He's going to take on either the winner.
That's
of
how
Nia
things are
Jax,
dealt with
who's our main
in the
event
squared
tonight.
circle.
Yeah, don't miss that, guys.
On
We
the
got more
apron
action
or
coming up
inside the
on
mat,
NRW
doesn't matter.
Charge.
Inside the
next,
ropes, doesn't matter.
It's one of your favorite times. It's debut time.
Yeah, baby. Love it.
Coming up next, the NRW debut of Warren Cadence.
The Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy is the only establishment in Colorado to get professional wrestling training from professionals with connections available nowhere else. MPWA is the official training facility of NRW Pro Wrestling and offers a training program that focuses on the full professional wrestling experience, including proper fundamentals, in-ring technique, cardio conditioning, and much more. Here you will also have access to Grudge MMA Training Center's complete list of courses and equipment, as well as attending NRW's tapings and major events, getting up close and personal with world-class talent. If you are serious about being a professional wrestler, then MPWA is the place for you. Located off of I-76 in Sheridan, inside Grudge MMA Training Center in Arvada, Colorado.
This is Dowdy as the ring announcer too. That's cool to see.
Ah. Oh, and the refereeing is only going to get worse. Marty Aloysius is back.
Oh, we get Warren Cadence.
Oh my God!
That's my boy right there. This is my dude.
This is the
Warren
debut.
Cadence
We saw
making
him
his
when we
NRW
did the
charge,
other,
NRW debut.
like
This is
RMP
awesome.
year
From
one
a- I can
charge.
see
We
it.
saw him.
Yeah.
I can see
This is
Warren
the
in
debut.
that
Rest-
outfit.
Yep,
And
rest
you.
in peace, Warren
In your
Cadence.
outfit.
That's right.
Great soul, great soul.
Uh-huh.
Getting, rejected by all the men's and women's.
Hey, it's a PG show. It's a PG show, KD. Come on now. This is awesome.
He's-
And Warren Cadence, you already hear.
Kind
huge
of,
fan favorite. This guy
kind of is a
That's not Marty
precursor
I'll
to.
tell you right now.
This is this kid's debut, and he's got.
I'm
some fans in
sorry.
the
I'm
crowd.
sorry. I didn't mean to
Guys,
interrupt
this
you,
is-
Lucas.
Yeah, I was gonna
this is
say,
about to get real
Warren
nasty.
Cadence kind of
Yeah,
a
you're not wrong.
precursor to Remy D. Has
He's
had
got
a lot
to,
of
go up against
qualities
That's
that
very
Remy D
true.
brought. Had that
Dude,
charisma,
very
had
true.
that
come through
energy.
NRW. Once again, coming down from Utah, this is Jason Jackson. And folks, if you have
Oh,
not seen
shit.
this guy go to work, he put it this way. He
Oh,
takes
there's
pride
your
in-
debut.
Debuts never, debuts have always been kind of.
Enjoys
Here's the
Yeah.
giant
causing
person
pain,
to
causing misery.
Yeah, I'm
And he does it with a smile
not a
on his
fan.
face.
Yeah,
As
Jason
you guys will
Jackson,
later
not
see.
necessarily the biggest guy
not on this
You'll see.
episode.
in NRW, but he might just be the nastiest.
Without question, one of the
Jason Jackson reminds me a lot of Mount Vito.
athlete.
No question.
We've heard the fans make fun
Just
of
not
his
as
stature,
big.
calling him a hobbit,
True.
calling him tater tot. The fact is, Jason Jackson can go in that
Tater
ring.
tot.
And I dare any of those people to step into the ring and see what one half of HR Nightmare has to say.
Yeah, and you see the bell is rung, and we're getting started with this NRW debut. Warren Cadence, man, he's full of confidence. The most recent graduate of the Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy. Warren Cadence has been working so hard for this moment. This is something he's wanted to do since he was a child. Always told he wasn't able to, but man, oh man, this is a great moment for him.
And Jason Jackson, a veteran, I can't say it enough. The guy knows what he's doing.
There you go, yeah.
May not know what he's doing in the ring against Warren Cadence right now.
That's right.
The flamboyant attitude, that might be throwing Jason Jackson off a little bit.
I think it would throw anybody off. This is definitely a different competitor than we've seen in RW. Nice waist lock there by Jason Jackson. And there you go. See Warren Cadence. All about having fun. I just like to see this guy go. Nice arm drag, too. Good move by Warren Cadence. And another. Look at him.
Cormac, you and I have talked about it before, and you said Warren Cadence enjoys having the fun and all that. This is all fun and games until someone punches you in the mouth. Jason Jackson's about to do just that.
Yeah, he is, but you see a quick count there, and man, oh man, can you imagine if Warren Cadence is able to get one over here on Jason Jackson? That might be the most
It wasn't a
unbelievable
quick count.
upset
That was pretty-
in NRW charge history.
He's
Even
pretty
more
well paced.
Unbelievable than
Pretty well
a
paced,
certain
yep.
Band Geek
Yeah.
defeating Eric Angel.
Yeah, it'd be the second most unbelievable upset in NRW charge history. How about that?
And speaking of that, that match is up for a Revy Award.
Yeah, it is.
The year-end awards, the 2015 year-end awards for NRW, the Revies coming to you December 31st in place of Charged, and that match is up for a Match of the Year award.
As it should be. As it should be.
Yeah, and a bunch of awards.
Oh, man. Snapping the neck back of Warren Cadence.
And that shows you why Jason Jackson is up for most hated.
Yeah, Katie, you said it earlier on. You see a quick cover here, 1-2, and not quite, but Katie, you said it, man. Warren Cadence all about having fun, having a good time. Jason Jackson's all about doing business. You see here with that rear chin lock slapped on.
Box in the ears, and you can see the smile on
And
his
I
face.
apologize.
You're
I
right.
just said sus.
He likes this.
What does that sign say? Does it say buns and guns?
That's it.
does
You're
say
suspended.
That is awesome. And you see Warren Cadence.
I didn't
already
mean to
with
bring out the
fan
Gen
following
Alpha.
Here, but
I have
do
one
want
at
to
home.
keep
I
the brain
wish
rot.
this kid here in the ring against a guy like Jason Jackson. You see a
I have
strong
one at
bloody
home. I
throw
hear it all.
back.
It doesn't seem to be. Jason Jackson seems to
I
have gotten
coach
his
40
footing, his
dude.
bearings, and not letting the flamboyancy get to him, not letting the.
Oh, you see a schoolboy here. What if it was a?
That was an interesting wrap into a schoolboy.
Warren Cadence, nice leg sweep there.
Very nice leg sweep and a cover, but only a 2 count. Jason Jackson.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
jeez.
Took his head off.
Freight train.
And I don't think he's letting the Richard Simmons get up or the Shelton Benjamin hair getting in the way anymore.
Did Katie
No,
just
I
say
don't think
Richard
so,
Simmons? Did he
Yeah,
just
I
say
was
Richard
just about to
Simmons?
say-
He just said
just-
Richard Simmons, so
He's been very
Triple I is
effective
not the
so
only
far,
one.
But he might be towards the end if Jason Jackson put him away here. You see him just choking the life out of Warren.
Doesn't look anything like Richard.
No,
Simmons.
he doesn't.
Are the fans watching?
Oh,
I believe
At
he said
all.
Hold on.
Neither
I
of
believe-
Not even close.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
I'll wait for
hold
that
on.
as well.
I
But
do
it's
believe he
also,
said Richard
well, the
Simmons
debut of
get
a
up and Shelton
The- the-
Benjamin
the
hair.
gear-
right.
The gear looks like Richard Simmons.
Oh, is that what he said? Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Still not a
Well,
camera on me. That's ridiculous.
Warren Kane's about
And
to
100% the only time you'll ever hear
What
Richard
about a
Simmons and
commentary?
Shelton Benjamin in the same
Right here.
sentence.
Right on this pretty mug. What do you think?
That would drop our ratings.
I would like that. I think it looked good. But you're right. Jason Jackson. Oh, man.
Mouthful of steel.
Slams his head into the barricade. Now choking him out here.
Jackson
Look, that kid in the front row with Jason Jackson, he slammed his face in there and he just stared at
He
that
He
kid.
called him a tater tot.
He does not care one bit about what the fans think of him. Not
You ever
one
heard the
bit.
phrase, you are what you eat? Looks like
That's
Jason
why
Jackson put some tater tots down, that's all I'm saying.
Hurting people, walking out and getting paid. They don't care about how long it takes them. They don't care about being flashy.
Too true.
You know, they're like a bottle of wild turkey. They'll still put you on your butt.
Yeah, they will.
I give Warren credit, man.
Warren
He's
Cadence-
fighting.
Oh, man.
Steps like that, a
He
big
is.
elbow to the throat.
And man, oh man, Cadence has been, there's the confidence, the arrogance of Jason Jackson. Nonchalant cover.
And Jackson knew that wasn't going to get the win, but he was putting it in the face of Warren Cadence.
That's right. You're not wrong there. Jason
No,
Jackson.
but it's still got it too.
You know, he's got so prideful. He believes he is the best in this
I'll
industry
tell you,
right now. He
Johnny,
believes
later
he
on,
can
you
beat
are going to
anybody,
be
but
the
Warren
biggest.
Cadence,
You're going to be the
with a huge
biggest
close,
Warren
both men
Cadence fan
down.
ever.
And if
Who,
Warren
me?
gets back in this
Down the
matchup,
line.
This is going to be his spot
I-
right here. He's
I
gotta get to his
promise
feet
you.
Quickly.
Does he come to
Fans
blows
are
with a
rallying
certain
Warren
doctor?
to his feet. I don't know if he knows where he's at, but
And it-
both men starting to
let's just
rise now.
say
The
that
referee
he
can
makes a
count.
good
Like we
he
talked
makes
about
a
Jackson
good
being a little
beefcake
thrown off his
replacement.
game due to Warren Cadence, but Warren, he's got to have some first-time jitters,
Oh, no question.
some butterflies in the stomach.
Absolutely.
First time, first having his first
There
match
we
here
go.
in front of this size of a crowd, and a guy against
Couple
Jason
back
Jackson,
elbows.
It's got to shake you.
Yeah, it does, but he's doing pretty good right now. A couple elbows, a close, and this might be it. And Jackson able to power out right now.
Oh.
Warren Cadence got to continue his offense, man. This is where he wants him
Careful
to be.
there, ref.
And I don't know what is he setting up for here. Oh, that's different.
You know, you
And
said earlier he likes
what
to twerk
in
it,
the-
and that's
Speaking of, what is this submission hold? What do you even call that? What if Jason Jackson
Like
taps
a
out here with
modified
Warren Cadence? This might be the
overleaf.
biggest upset we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's sort of like a
It's-
Texas
And
cloverleaf.
Jackson
Yeah, I don't even
just
It's
able
a
to
I don't even
clover
remember
shooter.
what he called that.
Warren
Yeah.
Cadence no choice but to break the hold.
Clover
That was
shooter,
close,
yeah.
Katie.
that was very
It's like a
close.
clover
Jason
leaf and a
in bad
sharpshooter.
spot.
You know,
I
like
was
you
going
said,
to say
Warren
like
Cadence threw him
a
off his
figure
game. Maybe
four clover leaf.
may not have gotten the upset, but
Oh, and a thumb to the
Oh,
eye. The referee
thumb to
missed
the
it.
eye.
and that right there is the inexperience. Warren Cadence checking on his opponent.
Watch out, Cadence up and down. Jackson powers him through the mat. And 1, 2, and that is
And
it.
that's going to be the end of it right there.
Jason
Valiant
Jackson
effort.
with a huge victory, but can take nothing away from a very impressive debut from Warren Cadence. He didn't get the win tonight, man, but he's going to change the NRW locker room for the better. See one more time, Jason Jackson able to get the win of that huge belly-to-back suplex. Well, an awesome and fun, impressive debut for my man Warren Cadence. Jason Jackson getting the win here. We've got more NRW Charge coming in next. You better stay tuned.
Hater thought.
Sorry, I'm still a dad. I laugh when the bad guys yell at the kids. I'm sorry. I still laugh.
Yeah.
I used to make sure some of them would actually get my kid at the show.
NRW would like to acknowledge Phil White and PRW Projects as the official graphic design company of NRW Sports Entertainment, specializing in custom artwork, creative and graphic design, and the highest quality promotional materials.
Yeah, I know, Ritz. I know. We, Lawrence, let me call you back.
Bye, Lawrence.
Hey, guys, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on. This ain't working for us, man.
I forgot. How did I forget?
Aside from getting my tag team partner
I got your
here,
back.
man,
I got
we've
your
been
back.
putting
I appreciate you, baby.
We're the worst booked champs on the show. We don't get matches. We don't get non-title matches. We haven't defended the belt since Milestone. What's going on? You know what? We get attacked by Mercury Yaden, and he gets rewarded by being put in the tournament. Why were we in the tournament? We were cleared. What's up? Well, you know, I have a plan.
A plan.
He's got a plan.
Ever
You look
since
awful
that
orange. This is a very similar situation.
established tag team, we've been faltering because we came in here with a bang. We were demolishing everybody. And then we joined your establishment. We became tag
It's
team
if
champions, but we haven't defended anything.
Titus
We haven't even
ate
proven that we
Preston
are
and
the tag team of
ate a
the
bunch of other lawyers
most-
and
Oh my God, we have titles from everywhere. We come to NRW to be with the best company. You said it was the best because you were part of it. But
So what do you say? Here's the deal.
what are we saying?
Here's the deal.
What
It's
are we
going
saying?
down. We're going to defend these belts whenever and wherever we choose. So at some point in the very near future, we're putting those tag team belts on the line. We don't care who it's against. You make it happen. Let's get out of here.
That's it. Now it's time. Gripe.
All right, Daisy, what?
I haven't received anything that you promised me. You told me that I would be the #1 contender. Yes, I was it once. I deserve a second chance.
All right, look. There's this new kid, Izzy something. Take her on tonight, and we'll talk more, all right?
Fine, whatever.
Dino, buddy, I know that you feel different.
Listen, I put my reputation on the line with you. When I signed on the dotted line, this was above me. This was above my wrestling career. This was to make sure that I was going to be taken care of. What have I seen week to week? I've seen you and the tag team champions and worrying about Stephen Ashburn and worrying about everybody but me. And I'm still waiting. You should have been in charge of handling this situation in a manner to where all I had to do was walk in, take the belt, and walk out. And I'm still sitting here wondering why that hasn't happened yet.
As I was saying, there's a plan.
There's a plan. Well, I've got a plan as well. Next week, I've got an announcement to make. You had better be listening up. Got it?
This is a great Titus segment. He barely said anything.
Preston, you watching? That's what your future's going to be if you keep writing checks.
And look at him. He's all flustered. He's calling people. He doesn't know what. That was a great segment with Titus Machiavelli. Sounds like a sharpening stone.
You are
I don't
so
think
smart.
anybody's cooking.
Katie, what we just see?
Oh, I was not expecting this. So late in the evening.
I don't know.
No, I got no idea.
I'm slightly
Oh boy.
disturbed,
Fair.
a little afraid.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but
And just think, if we make it to a level 5 hype train, I have to dress like that idiot.
The Revengers.
Yes, you
in
do.
Town, the probably the
Yes,
hottest
you do.
tag team in NRW right now. These guys have found only
Yes, we get
success
Dr.
since
Beef
started
Drop.
teaming up together.
I can't wait.
Definitely, you know, Dr. Beefcake and the Revolution Ranger.
Shut up, Mark. Shut up, Mark.
No, no, because that's one of the best names I've ever come up with in my life. Dr. Beef Drop. I'm sticking with it, and I want to see you dressed like it. Absolutely.
Johnny, you
100%.
can coat that color already.
I do have a coat that color. Yes, I do.
You could use that as the cape. You use the coat.
You
as
can't use that as the cape.
Yeah, sure you can. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah. You just tuck in the sleeves, put them together, yeah, and just drape it across your neck.
We heard
That'll
that
work.
last week.
That's it.
Yeah, it's freaky stuff.
Bronson.
Oh, this is.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
A rather strange.
All right. Well, so much for the joy in the room.
Rise of the.
There was some.
Of the reign of insane and the fall of the superheroes, but
Phoenix, if that's your kid, that's not the proper way to lug a kid.
I think these two might have the edge.
You know, you just use the words crazy, weird, strange, and yeah, I think that applies. I mean, Phoenix and Abatu.
Don't touch the. Oh,
Seriously,
Don't touch the doll. Don't touch the doll.
Thing even been?
I'm not sure Phoenix knows.
Oh my goodness. What is he wearing? No, please, no. No.
It's looking into
no,
your soul,
no,
Mac.
No. I see it in my
No.
nightmares. I don't like this.
No. Just no.
Burn that camera.
No.
Yeah, I think what he told me was the doll's name. It's the cousin of Chucky. It's Charles.
Did you seriously talk to Phoenix?
Well, he mumbled and muffled and I don't know. Yeah, he said something. but
No.
I heard the name Charles.
You are a brave man. You are a very brave. Well, we're set for tag team action.
That's funny.
And,
That would have been a great interview for you, Lucas. Those two.
The Revengers.
Yes.
This should be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, a very interesting match and difference of styles. You know what I find the most interesting is that, watching their matches, studying the matches, Phoenix seems to be, well, the leader, the brains of the operation, the captain.
That is truly terrifying that he's the leader or the brains of anything, honestly. No, dude. I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, if Phoenix is your voice of reason, things have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
To lock up. The Revolution Ranger probably has a strength advantage, right? Since he has super strength.
You would think, as Lucas and I have spoken before, and you've heard us before, the Ranger, he's got some superpowers. He's able to leap condominiums in a single bound.
Right.
He's faster than an RTD bus. But I don't know if he's ever dealt with somebody.
Those things can
Strange
book.
as
Yeah, they go
Abatu.
up to about 55
Not much
miles
to
an
do
hour
about
on
Abatu.
Colfax sometimes.
We do know he has an excellent manicurist.
That's true. And I've locked up with the Batu before, man. Those nails are no joke. Those are.
I hope Beefcake breaks his hand off that
One
turnbuckle.
of our sponsors is Shay L. and I don't think that's where he goes for his manicures.
Yeah, Shay L, one of our great sponsors, along with some of the other sponsors, and
If only Dr. Beefcake was still around, Johnny, you could go get your revenge on him.
Ranger and
Johnny Death Drop versus Dr. Beefcake.
they've seemed to have gelled a little bit better than the team of Abatu and Phoenix. But if they do end up facing the Reign of Insane down the road, these guys are dealing with multi-time tag team champions.
Ranger's doing a good job keeping Abatu on his back.
Revengers have found only success.
It's not an easy thing to do.
You're
No.
right, man. The Reign of Insane, one of the
Well,
most decorated
when you're superhuman, it's a little easier, you know.
I mean, I
You gotta
guess,
imagine
yeah,
that
you're right.
A team
Right.
like that, I mean, don't get me wrong.
He's got the
I don't
super
know
strength.
exactly how you prepare for a matchup against Abatu and Phoenix either. But the Reign of Insane are so talented and they're so multidimensional that it's impossible to get a game plan together.
And that is, the Reign of Insane, they've proven to be just that.
Oh, here we go, buddy.
Kick his ass, Phoenix. Kick his...
Business is about to pick up.
No, Phoenix, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Ranger looks like he's
Cake is going to get beefy.
No. And he sets up. Here comes Dr. Beefcake flying through the air with the greatest of ease. Takes out Phoenix and
That was
Abatu.
actually kind of cool.
That was awesome.
Let's see that again, Katie. Look at this. Dr. Beefcake is flying through that second row.
If he just went a little bit faster, his head would have went right through that wall, and I would have been ecstatic.
I knew you were going to say that. I wish he missed.
Summoning the powers of Abatu to get up.
That too, I guess.
And with a huge crossbody.
What the hell is
Into
that?
the cover here. Might be it already,
Oh, he
but
almost flipped it
Abatu
over.
down
Come
for
on,
two
ref.
And no.
No, Cormac, I got a sneaking suspicion we might see this issue between the Reign of Insane
Don't
and
do that
the
again.
Avengers
Idiot.
come to a head at our next major event, New Year's Revolution, January 23rd, right from here from the Grudge Arena.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah, I mentioned
There
that.
we go. That'll boy up.
Yeah,
Abatu.
Vito bear screamed at somebody. That was the exact opposite of bear scream.
At New Year's Revolution, we can reveal that for the first time ever, the NWA champion, Jax Dane,
Ooh, that's unique.
will be here in NRW.
That is a monumental announcement, ladies and gentlemen. This just furthers the fact that you cannot afford to miss that huge show. NRW New Year's Revolution here from Grudge MMA Training Center. Guys, the NWA champion?
The NWA champion, Jax Dane, the Vanilla Gorilla, if you will. He'll be in action at New Year's Revolution. You can get your
The
tickets
children
now.
are chanting Phoenix's name. I don't know how I feel about that.
Battle to face him and defeat him, Cormac Battle for that title. Here at
I definitely like him right now, though.
Battle. Wow.
Phoenix is
I see
working.
what you did there, but you know, like I said, the nickname the Vanilla Godzilla. If you walk into him, you're getting knocked down like a power line.
Seriously. Speaking of being knocked down, right now Dr. Beefcake is in a pretty precarious situation.
Rip it
where,
off.
Phoenix and Abatu really taking over this matchup. Dr. Beefcake and Revolution Ranger on top for the early parts, but now you see the team of Phoenix and Abatu really starting to gel together, which is something I was not expecting at all.
Well, you know, when you got somebody like Phoenix at the helm, you know, he's taking charge. He's controlling Abatu, if you will, and that's why they seem to be working a little bit better.
And now the pace of this matchup slowed to a halt, but that's just how these two like it. They want to slow things down to the crawl that they want it to be. They want to take away the high-flying offense of the Revengers, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
With that leg, that Abatu's sitting on that knee, and we know Dr. Beefcake's had some pretty
Good thing Dr. Beefcake can fly, because he ain't gonna be able to walk.
Oh, he ain't flying.
Obviously not doing anything to help those.
And you know what's terrifying about that is that must mean that Abatu and Phoenix have planned ahead for this matchup.
See, I told you, people don't think that they do, but
Take a shot every time
I
Katie
spoke to
says,
Phoenix,
if you will.
mumbled to me.
Bummer.
Yeah, it seems.
Yeah,
I think there might be more. to Phoenix
that's
and
his
Abatu
go-to. Yeah.
than just those masks.
That's terrifying.
Hey, we all have our crutches.
And
Fact.
Beefcake's now trying
Fact.
to fight his way to one leg with
Oh,
a huge
Abatu, what are you
enziguri.
doing?
Abatu stumbled.
Not sure if he caught all of the enziguri, but he definitely caught enough to.
And you had the commentator that called Lucas by his full
And here
name
comes the
every single
Revolution
time.
Ranger.
Yes.
Every
Made
single
the
time,
Phoenix and
Charles
Ranger
Duffy.
with some
Yes.
Yes,
big
Lucas
time
Bradwell.
offense. Now the pace of the matchup quickens
Big
exactly
elbow
the
to
way
the
he wants
head.
him to. And Phoenix in a world of hurt as we see a huge belly to belly.
He just whipped him.
And the Rangers fired up here as Abatu and Phoenix. Abatu misses wildly at the clothesline, and Ranger fighting for position, able to send. Oh no, Ranger.
What was that?
And Abatu now takes a big shoulder block there, and here comes the Ranger. Ooh, nice athletic move there. And a huge drop kick.
Big drop kick, enough to knock Abatu off his feet into the floor.
You don't see people take
Phoenix
Abatu
has
down
got
like
the
that.
doll. Phoenix has got Charles.
And he misses wildly, and boom!
Ow.
Revolution Ranger with that deadly
Ouchies.
maneuver. That might be it. 2 and 3. That's it.
Ouchies.
The Revengers
Yeah.
continue their winning ways. And once again, the Revengers able to overcome the evil that they face as they get a huge victory here.
But you better watch your back, every crook and cranny, because I just have one question for you guys. What will you do when your heroes fall and the reign of insane rises?
Well, another cryptic warning from the freak Bronson. What will you do when your heroes fall and the reign of insane rises?
That's a question to be answered in the future, but coming up next, here's a question for you, Cormac. What are you going to do when we got a new Lockette in the house?
Get hyped. Get ready to rock. Cannot wait, guys. Izzy Ray makes her debut on NRW Charge up next, and I promise you, you will not want to miss it.
The official NRW video on demand site is the place to rent or purchase digital copies of NRW major events, past seasons of NRW Weekly Show Charged, and exclusive compilations. Events that feature all your favorite NRW stars, as well as international superstars such as Chavo Guerrero, Al Snow, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, ODB, Nikita, and more. Just go to NRWProWrestling.com and the NRW TV section to find your favorite episodes and events.
Somebody we hadn't seen the Lockette division in a while, going back into the rewind, is Nikita.
Yes, that's Curtis Cole.
Yeah, it is.
My favorite part of Charge every time are debuts, and this is one I am personally so excited about. This is Izzy Ray making her NRW debut. She has worked so hard for this moment, being accompanied to the ring by her
Familiar entrance music, I will say.
her travel partner,
Yeah.
Curtis Cole.
Are you sure that's not a rejected member of the Allman Brothers?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
I'm pretty
Look at
sure
that hair.
I've seen him play bass.
Look at, I mean, that is a piece of work. And Izzy Ray, man, she just brings excitement and fun to the table.
Well, it's certainly a fun entrance, riding on the shoulders. Haven't seen that in some
right.
time, and going. But Izzy's got a tough task ahead of her here with Daisy Doyle. Well,
Daisy, she's kind of coming to her own lately, but as we saw earlier tonight, serious problems with the establishment, and specifically Mr. Titus Machiavelli.
Daisy feels she hasn't been given the stuff she's been promised when she joined the establishment, but it's hard to not see what she hasn't been given. She's been given title
There's
shots,
Marty Alowish.
sent up
All
almost
right.
straight to the ladder of the Lockette's division, but you ran into that freight train known as Angel Trinity.
Favorite ref.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right.
No,
Right now,
no,
obviously,
not at all.
It's
No.
hard to find a Lockette that is
Nope.
on a hotter
It's only
streak
getting
than
worse
champion
every
Angel Trinity.
match.
But you're absolutely right.
Refereeing's
Titus
only getting
Machiavelli
worse.
gave
Is
Daisy
it worse
her
than
shot
pineapple
at
on
the NRW
pizza?
Lockette's championship, and frankly, she failed. It was a great matchup. Don't get me wrong. But in the end,
Context matters.
Angel
They
Trinity
don't.
came out on top. And I wonder if Izzy Ray is somehow
No,
able to pick
pineapple
I got you
on
stumped
pizza
on that
is
one,
more.
huh?
her debut.
I got you stumped on
No,
that
I had
one.
to think about it for a
Machiavelli
second.
does
because
Daisy.
I had to think about not what you wanted me to say, but what your response was
You
after.
might have a point there.
I'm not falling for that shit,
It
John.
almost seems like the establishment might be done with Titus Machiavelli. We
Good
saw
point.
the Pit Bulls upset with their treatment and their obvious issue with Mercury Aiden. We've seen Danger Dean, who still has that guaranteed title shot,
Right.
briefcase or not, with him. He still has the guaranteed title shot.
Yeah, exactly right. And Izzy Ray with a nice cover right here for a quick one count. And Izzy Ray, I know it's getting a little bit tedious at this point, but it must be said that she is the most recent graduate of the Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy, just like everyone else on this roster is. And, she brings all kinds of fun and excitement, but you know what? She's a great technician as well. She's really studied her craft as closely as she can over the past few months. Also, one of the quickest rising stars through the Academy. It just took her over barely, I think, 3 months training to get to this spot on the NRW roster. That's a huge rise.
That's impressive. That's right.
3
up there with
months.
Some of the other Lockettes we've seen recently, but
That's crazy.
it all.
That's crazy.
It's going to see what she's got in her if she can take on Daisy. The win-loss record of new debuts here on Charge is not very good.
No, it is not. In fact, I can only think of a couple that have found wins in their debuts.
Naya's definitely on the top, and
Yep. And another one, I think. There's another debut
Some
that's
band key.
worth noting.
not that I can think of, but
Some-
Anaya,
some-
as we said,
Some guy that plays the flute or
maybe the
or
first to get a
trombone or
victory in the
something.
Charge debut. He's up for a Revy Award
Skin flute.
as you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Skin flute, yeah.
And just a reminder, December 31st, New Year's Eve, You know what? Ditch the friends, ditch the party, stay home with NRW.
That's right. Exactly right. Our Revy Awards, our first annual. It's going to become a new tradition, and you'll want to be part of the people to watch our first ever annual Revy Awards. It's going to be tons of fun, guys. And look at the ferocity now of Izzy Ray. You see with that headlock on, grabbing the hair. She is into it right now, and she's got Daisy where she wants her.
Daisy's got her in the ropes now, pulling the hair of her own. You know, that's...
Come on, Marty, get in there and break it up, will you?
From the new Daisy.
Yeah, you're right, Daisy with a serious chip on her shoulder. Izzy Ray getting in her face a little bit about it and throws her down. Nice job.
You know, can I just say, quick side note, how fantastic our cameramen are.
How about it, man?
Fucking KD.
Jeez. Well trained, well educated in the.
Well, he actually isn't the one of the cameramen there.
I understand, but
but he trained.
We know
him, so.
exactly. Yeah, come on.
We already have fans with
Yeah.
signs. How cool is that?
He's also not wrong. I'm gonna point that out, but.
She grew up with that 80s hair metal scene.
Oh,
her
God,
and her
at least
homie,
I'm glad
Curtis
he said
Cole. They come together through that livelihood, that
yes, we have free reigns now that KD said it a decade earlier.
You know, right now she's
That's right. Once he's done
against Daisy, who's taking control.
Yeah, rear chin lock applied, and
it looks like Daisy maybe got that knee right in the back of Izzy Ray. That's going to add more pressure.
Yeah, you're right. We talked about Izzy Ray, and of course, it's worth noting that Daisy, another Academy graduate, and she is also very technically gifted. Lots of holds that she masters, that she is really focused on lately. And as we see the new attitude of Daisy, you're going to see more of those holds come into play.
Oh, look at that, Izzy Ray.
Little agility.
Out. And another one rolling out, and obviously going to Daisy getting frustrated.
And here comes a cover here. Referee's got to get down.
Schoolgirl.
No, only a 1 count. But there's the inexperience of Izzy Ray. That Daisy was able to take over the.
That was a short famouser.
And the feet are on the ropes. Come on now, referee.
Marty.
Luckily, our referee,
He got him.
Martin, now
He got
was
him.
able to see that the feet are up on the ropes.
I almost lost it. If he counted that, I was losing my mind.
Daisy might want to keep her eyes on Izzy Ray instead of arguing with the referee.
Daisy, well, watch out.
Crucifix pin.
And Izzy, 1, 2, and 3. She got her. That's it.
Yep.
Izzy Ray victorious. Unbelievable.
What a shocker here on.
And Izzy Ray is victorious in her debut.
Should I get a handful,
Curtis? Yeah,
Gotta get a handful, buddy.
Attaboy.
In a big way.
And Daisy obviously frustrated, but
yeah,
that's the way it goes
he
here.
definitely wouldn't want to do that now.
You know, coming up next,
I'll tell you why later.
Another round in a Charge Championship tournament. Mercury Aiden and Anaya.
Mercury Aiden and Anaya. This is gonna slap. Oh wait, now I did it. Now I'm suspended.
You are suspended. Lucas, it's just me and you on Thursday, bud.
Shit. We can swear, we just can't use brain rot, Gen Alpha stuff. Okay, got it.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, don't worry about that. I don't even know what any of it is.
Lady Luck Tattoo for
Nobody does.
Sponsor of NRW
you're no sussy baka. You're fine.
Lady Luck is a clean and professional
No what?
establishment with amazingly talented artists.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Located in Aurora, Lady Luck is the place to go for any
We fucked
new
with
tattoo.
Curtis for Oh, absolutely, dude.
As an official sponsor of
Absolutely.
NRW, located in Lakewood, Colorado, Shea L features a variety of services to suit any need, including hair, nails, wax,
Come on now.
skincare, and tanning at
Come on
affordable
now.
prices.
He's just lending a helping hand, you know.
I think this is the last
I can promise you.
match.
What?
I think this is the last match. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Lucas, what'd you say?
I can promise you Curtis wouldn't dare do that now. And I'll tell you guys off air
And
why.
this is the main
Beautiful.
event of the evening. Anaya facing Mercury Aiden for the next spot in our semifinals for the Charge Championship tournament. This is a huge matchup. We've seen these two lock up before, but there's even more.
There's
riding on this
our
one
new
than there was
favorite
in the past.
backstage correspondent, Mr. Anaya.
Yeah, Anaya's going after your job, Lucas. I'm thoroughly convinced. He is so good. He is so good. He doesn't even need a cameraman. He's his own reporter and his own cameraman.
Not really reporting though, Johnny. It's more just like observing.
Well,
Star is not reporting. That's guerrilla journalism. Literally guerrilla
It is
journalism.
guerrilla journalism. You're right.
And you know, KD,
Textbook definition of guerrilla journalism.
would-
Literally.
Yes.
Everyone would like to be
Literally.
the first charge champion. That goes without saying. But imagine Mercury Aiden, who many consider to be the father of NRW, and Anaya, whose brother, whose partner, Hoodlum, is the current NRW champion. They've both got so much riding on this opportunity. Can you imagine if the Left Coast Gorillas held both singles belts? It'd be huge.
that would be absolutely amazing, you know. But you know, Anaya's got a tall task. You know, we got to put it out there. Anaya's never beaten Mercury Aiden one-on-one.
That's a huge point. You're
Oh my
absolutely right.
God, I could ref
Mercury
this
Aiden and I
match.
have locked up a few times, but Mercury Aiden has come out
Hey, you
victorious
still could
every
now.
single time.
I would
true.
love to.
And the fans.
Oh my God,
as
I would
Becky
love
mentioned,
to.
Pretty split here between Mercury Aiden and Anaya. That's not necessarily all that surprising. Both these very popular competitors.
You know, and a few months ago, you couldn't have said that. The fans.
Fast fact, my
always
first
behind the
match
Left
that I
Coast Gorillas,
refereed
but
in
even down
Rocky
a few
Mountain
months
Pro
ago, not really
was
behind Dayorum.
Mercury Aiden.
Yeah, you know,
It was
speaking of
Mercury
Dayorum,
Aiden
Mercury Aiden has had
versus
issues.
the
We saw earlier
Vibe,
today
Brad
that Canadian
Radkowski.
Pitbulls have
Remember the
Popeyes
Vibe?
Machiavelli,
The Vibe.
probably stemming
I
from
love
the
the
fact that
Vibe,
Mercury
man.
Aiden has been all over them for the past few weeks.
Brad,
To
I
the
wish him
injury
well.
of
I
his partner
still follow him on
months back.
Facebook.
You know, we haven't seen his partner Mars Ferox and well, ever since Milestone.
Right.
You know, we're still not sure when he's coming back.
No, there's no word on that at all. And right now, Mercury Aiden looking at the Charge Championship tournament, but you got to imagine the Pitbulls are also in the forefront of his mind.
And that's going to take away from this match, but that cannot happen with a guy like Anaya, who's without question one of the
Ooh.
fastest rising stars in NRW. A graduate
that had
of
some
Mercury
stank
Pro
on it,
Wrestling
huh?
Academy.
As everyone is.
He's but still looking to hold that first taste of gold. He's came close at Never Broken. Obviously, the tag titles won by Dayorum.
Right. In the triple threat tag team ladder match, another match that's up for an award at the Revies for the best match of the year. And you know, Anaya, no stranger
Oh, yeah.
to facing off against veterans. Remember that at Milestone,
Oh,
he faced
yeah.
off against Al Snow in a losing effort, but a lot of experience has had to have been learned from that matchup, don't you think?
A lot of experience, a lot of respect, both from Al Snow, who said it at Milestone, and
Right.
as well as the wrestlers in the back and wrestlers around the country. You know, we've seen recently the Gorillas go on a tour of some other states. They've been to Kansas, they've been to Utah.
Right.
And they've been traveling them roads up and down, and well, they've had some
No, they
success
went international.
recently.
They went
Yeah,
to Utah.
NRW just keeps expanding, and it's thanks to guys like Mercury Aiden. Like I said, a lot of people consider him to be the founding father of NRW.
Well, he is the founding father.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's
And,
not. Yeah, they don't
you know,
consider him, you
it's
idiot.
lends credence, as you see,
Oh.
Anaya just whipped like a bullet into that turnbuckle. It lends credence to Mercury Aiden wanting to be the first Charge champion. Remember,
I mean,
he's
I
also
think
the
he has
first
some
NRW
pull.
tag team champion, as he and Mars Ferox
He
won those
should.
belts.
He was
Yeah,
already
he
He's
is
in the building.
If Mercury
Yeah,
Aiden
he is the
passed
founder.
Nia
What?
and then Mario Vanger.
This is why I sometimes had issues with Cormac
He could be
Battle.
the first ever Triple Crown winner here.
Wasn't
in
always
NRW.
Be
too bright.
absolutely huge.
You have issues with everybody.
And Anaya thinking the opposite.
Just
obviously. Like you said,
just
he's
with
never
people
tasted
who
gold.
aren't as
He and
intelligent
his
as I
partner
am.
Hoodlum got close, but Hoodlum finally won.
AKA
the
Lucas
NRW
Bradwell,
championship
Ego
at
Check,
Milestone 5.
2025.
Never before, Hoodlum finally able to cross that mountain and got on top of NRW's rankings of the NRW Empire here.
You
as
keep
our
it up,
champion.
we're going to give you
And
a
Anaya's looking for the same
freaking
success
button.
in this tournament.
Are you going
Sir.
for a record on how many times you can say the company's name?
Dude, it's not bad, right?
That was pretty close.
I'm a company guy.
Yeah, and like you said,
I want to
he
get you
is
that
the
secret one that
champion.
nobody's allowed to hear but us.
As happy as Anaya has to be, that's got to kind of stick in the craw of Anaya, looking to either become the Charge champion and maybe one day down the road the NRW champion.
Right, exactly. It'll be interesting. We don't know exactly how the Charge Championship is going to shape the careers of those who win it, obviously, since no one's won the belt yet. But maybe one could consider the Charge Championship to be a gateway to the NRW Championship.
Well, it's got to be. You know, we've heard from CEO Titus Machiavelli as we were going to see a
Boom,
big
huge sidewalk slam.
You know, we've heard Titus Machiavelli say that the winner of that title will defend that weekly on Charge, and that's obviously going to make that title a lot harder to hold on to when it's
Exactly.
weekly, reminiscent of the old the old TV titles from the NWA.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's a huge, huge responsibility to take on. Every single week, a defense is made. You're absolutely right about the title being that much more difficult to hang on to.
And here you see
Another great classic belt, the NWA TV title, the red, the silver.
Yeah, you know, you're going to be hard-pressed to find two guys that are more technically gifted than Anaya and Mercury Yaden. And like you said, they've faced each other a few times before. A lot like Dozer
Mr.
and Mario,
Forfro, that's
they
an
know each other
interesting
so
prep.
well.
We're
They
going
know
to
the ins and
soundboard
outs
you.
of each other's offenses. So it's going to be the competitor that finds the unusual or less traveled route that's going to find victory here tonight.
All it takes is one mistake in 3 seconds, and someone's losing, someone's advancing to the next round.
Yeah, you're too right.
And right now, it looks like Mercury Yaden has got the upper hand, got the advantage. And that's got to be a bit worrisome to not only Anaya, but also Hoodie.
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if Hoodlum is watching this in the back to see if his brother can get the win here over Mercury Yaden. Obviously, a long history between those two, Hoodlum and Mercury Yaden as well. And the fans here rallying behind Anaya, willing him back to his feet.
You know, Cormac, you and I were talking a little bit ago about, you know, that great ladder match that they had at Never Broken. That great match that Anaya had at
Did you see the stank Yaden put on that? Just getting up.
December 24th, Christmas Eve. That's a big day for us here. We're going to actually preempt Charge for the night. And as a special little Christmas gift to you, we're going to give you Milestone 5 and New Year's Revolution, or Never Broken, for that matter. Milestone and Never Broken for free for 72 hours on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, guys, you got to take advantage of this opportunity to see two of the greatest wrestling shows you will ever see, both free of charge. Unbelievable. See, charge. How about that? That's not bad.
You got it on the brain, don't you?
That's right.
You've been knocked out of the tournament already.
I know, it's bad, isn't it? And Anaya going high risk. That's why they call it high risk, high reward, and a high success rate. But if it doesn't work out for you, you're in trouble. And Mercury Yaden right now on top of Anaya.
Well, he's on top of the rope, but that's okay for me.
No, you sure don't. Mercury Yaden flying, and Anaya catches him with a huge drop kick.
You got to take another look at that. That was just
unbelievable.
Did he get a code breaker, or was that like a drop kick?
I think he caught him with the drop kick.
Let's check it out. Here you see Mercury Yaden fly.
That's a drop kick.
Oh,
yeah, definitely a drop kick, yep.
On the drop kick, caught him right.
He was just kind of packaged
This is
up.
Yeah.
playing ground right
Yeah,
now.
he wasn't
Both
able to
down.
extend his legs all the
Struggling to
way
get
up.
back to their feet.
Yep.
Oh, come on.
Oh, what's this
And
knucklehead?
there you see, we mentioned it before, Eric Angel getting in the face of Mercury Yaden.
Yeah, you hear that too, Jack? Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know,
he's
you don't want to see a great matchup like this end in controversial fashion, but that might be.
This
we're
is the
about to
reason
see
why
here
you
as
don't
Yaden
go out for
takes
herbal
control.
supplements before you do commentary.
And
Eric Angel dropped.
It was legal in Colorado in 2015, I believe, at this point, right?
Yes.
Now we know what
Oh, and
Cormac's
Eric
problem
Angel
is.
going
He's a
for a run
band,
as Anaya
right?
takes
That,
down
Yeah.
Eric Angel, what is this? There's
too much
Elias
herbal
Cassidy on the
supplement.
outside. He's got the belt in his hand. Yaden's got to watch out, and it's
Oh!
right to the back of the head of Yaden, and he might be out.
You know, both these guys got to get their eye back on the ball. Yaden's may have to roll his from the back of his head.
I don't think the referee saw it. Castaneda hiding underneath the ring, and Eric Angel looking very pleased with himself.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
And man, oh man, Anaya has no idea. He's got Yaden totally backed up, but I don't think Yaden knows where he's at as he's thrown up into the annihilation. We've seen it before. It's finished many
not the
opponents,
Annihilation.
and
What
Anaya
an
might be
idiot.
able to get that first elusive win over Yaden here. And that is it. Anaya
His shoulder
advances,
was up.
and I don't want to call
His
that a
shoulder
tainted
was
victory,
up.
But it was a tainted
but it
victory.
was
I
a
told you
tainted
it gets
victory.
worse.
The Canadian Pitbull's getting involved, and Anaya moving on to the semifinals. He will face.
This
as you
is
see on the
what
screen
you
there,
don't
he will
do.
face Mario Vancher, sugar-free Mario Vancher.
Yaden, you got
Paragon
screwed.
of
Your
pumping
shoulder
iron.
was up.
In the semifinal rounds of
Go
the
Tyler
Charlotte
Stinson.
tournament.
10 years later.
And you see
Hit
one more
with a
time
belt.
as Anaya throws Yaden up into the
See, this is
annihilation.
what a second referee can
And
do.
It's a great
If
way
there's
for
a
Anaya
second
to be-
referee,
It was a
this
great
is
match,
what
but
we
it was
can do.
obviously a tainted
Look at
victory,
that,
and,
clear
it
as
kind of
day.
has to put a sour taste in the mouth of Anaya, even though he did win the match. You know, whether he wants to admit it or not, he got help from the Canadian Pitbulls.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But, you know, tainted victory or not, The Charge Championship Tournament will continue.
Arigato.
As will this man, Anaya.
Yep. Yup. That be it, folks.
Yeah, I don't think we're watching the next one at an hour and a half. We'll save that for next week.
That is an hour and a half episode. That is an
It's a
insane.
supercharge.
It's not even a supercharge. It's just a regular charge.
Oh.
I'm assuming it's probably the remainder of the
It might-
tournament, if I have to guess.
Yeah, and if it maybe even be it might be the Revy Awards mixed in with it. Maybe.
Ah. That'd be interesting to watch.
Mhm.
All right. Hey, gents, come on over. About to jump on. All right. I'm giving you a couple minutes. If I don't see you live, we're going somewhere else.
You might want to wait for the boss to go live. We'll wait and maybe some final thoughts, and we'll kill a few minutes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be wrapping everything up here. It's one of our longest shows we've done for a while. Hey, shut up over there, okay? We're trying to close out the show. Trying to close out the goddamn show. Don't you want to go to bed?
Yeah, kind of. I am. Yeah.
Okay.
It is like 11:30.
Okay. Coastal, I don't even have to ask. I know where his mind's at. Lucas is 2 hours behind us, so he's still wide awake.
but I also get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, I'm ready to go too.
We start high school football tomorrow. I need some sleep.
Yeah.
Anything different coming up? Nope. I think we're still the same as of right now. I think there is supposed to be an announcement at some point soon. As we head towards Shocktober, I think I would keep eyes and ears open on socials and keep on watching Charge for any information that could magically arise in the next month. So just stick around and enjoy the shows, because the build for Shocktober has already begun. I do believe. So Rumble and YouTube, we're signing off with you guys. Greatly appreciate you guys watching, as always. For myself, Coastal, Marky, and Lucas, I guess, we will see you guys on Thursday for another episode of Recharge following Rocky. Quiet. I'm almost done. Following another airing of Rocky Mountain Pro Charge, episode 460 on tap for Thursday. As always, folks, stay safe, stay classy. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, folks.